Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Digital Dragons. This is our game of Dungeons & Dragons, where we are playing through the Icewind Dale Rime with the Frostmaiden campaign. I'm joined here by Vulwin.
Hi, Ethan or Chaos Gemini.
Elora.
Hi, I'm Trips, playing Elora today.
Zagrax.
Hi, I'm Zach, or Warbird in chat, playing Zagrax.
Irilyssa.
There's no audio.
Oh, we'll have to try that again in a moment, huh?
No, there's audio.
There's audio?
You're good.
Yeah, I think it's when I was talking to you guys first. I hadn't
Soka.
unmuted.
Oh.
I have now. And then Tahko.
Yes, Highwind, playing Tahko Moodkiller.
Awesome.
Also, I'm Jarard, and I'm evil by moonlight in chat because I got interrupted by somebody.
Sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Oopsie.
Okay, so, hello and welcome to you all. Who wants to do the overview of what happened last time?
Not it.
Not me, I wasn't there.
I think Zach should do it.
I think Zach should do it too.
A refresher from somebody who wasn't here. Just
I got infected and wasn't there the whole campaign.
The whole campaign.
The whole
Sounds about
Session.
time.
Session.
Session.
Well, okay, I guess it's me again.
I'm the note taker. So you are our note taker.
I am. So last session began with some stuff happening with Irilyssa and her goddess not liking her so much anymore based on our very questionable actions regarding the, what happened. But back to that.
and the transference.
Yeah, the transference. Because of the transference, a frog baby popped out of Thug's dead body, and you guys fought it. That was bad. But Elora had the idea that from her patron that if they go back to the cave where we murdered some other people, there is
When
a
you put it that
special
way, it sounds so bad.
ice part of it from the god of... His name is Sylvanus. And after some digging, Irilyssa submerged herself into the water of the ice and somehow got rid of the evil frog baby growing within her belly. And then we headed back, had a good night, and then had a funeral for Thug. Danica told us a bunch of stuff, and she can hear some noises, some sounds, some languages that we don't understand. And that was the end of the session, I think. Did I forget something? I might have.
I don't think so. I think that was actually pretty spot on, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for some reason...
I was looking at my
Vulwin-
notes.
Yeah, for some reason, Vulwin touching that ice that Irilyssa was in, or the water turned to ice when he touched it for some reason, so it was like, oh, it's not good.
Yeah, it's because the god hates you.
That's fairly presumptuous, considering your circumstance.
I mean, I didn't kill an infant.
Well,
Really, though.
Wait, when did that happen?
The slod was technically an infant.
Look, that slot baby came out swinging, and it was trying to kill everybody there, so...
Yeah, we got mood killer, wife killer, and infant killer.
Yeah.
so basically what you're saying is this party should be known as the Killers.
Yeah.
Except for
We
the
haven't
fact
got
that
their name
nobody
yet.
actually, very few people actually know, other than Mood Killer, that everybody else has Killer in their name at this point.
Yeah.
It's true. But that's okay.
Then we'll just need to find somebody to be Mr. Brightside. That could be Nin. Nin's Mr.
Yeah.
Brightside.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh dear. Alright, so if I recall, you had just done the funeral. I think the whole party is there. Zagrax had just joined you. I think that Danica was there too, or were you back at Nin's practice?
I think we buried in the back of Nin's practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Right, because you
Shallow grave.
buried the body behind his place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we planted the acorn.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
you
right.
did.
Yeah, the Sylvanas acorn.
Okay, so
Okay.
what would you like to do now?
I believe the plan was to get Danica back to Bryn Shander. Because all of her things are there.
Yeah.
I actually am not sure what time of day it is. I think it's morning, but...
It is morning. It's probably about
Okay.
10 o'clock in the morning, thereabouts.
Oh. I just assumed it was always night.
I mean, it's still dark, but it's about 10
Yeah,
in the
it's still
morning.
dark, but... Okay.
True.
So... the only other thing I think we have to cover before we head out, I guess, is that Zagrax knew that the area or the direction of the noises that Danica wants to take us to was sort of the same direction as your hometown, right?
General direction, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to address that or not.
No, it'd probably been more of an offhand kind of, when she mentions that way, it'd been kind of like the in thought saying it out loud, but didn't necessarily mean to say it out loud, like, huh,
Okay.
I don't remember that being down there. I've lived there my whole life and it's not been there, or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you guys are standing clustered outside behind Nin's practice, talking amongst each other, you hear a little voice from further inside the town going, "Irilyssa! Irilyssa! There's an army coming! Irilyssa!"
Oh, what now?
How? Why?
Well,
Please.
is it the hired army, or...
You don't know. The
they
kid's not
should be
actually there.
ready,
You just
right?
hear this shrill voice interrupting the silence, basically.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
go read an army.
yeah, we can go check it out, I guess.
Oh, it's never done, is it?
No, it never is.
Yeah, Zagrax, lead the way. They'll probably recognize you if it's the Western Bryn Shander.
Oh, yes.
Makes sense.
Okay, so you head out to the northeast area where there's a bit of a crowd starting to gather, and in the distance, kind of silhouetted against the gloom, you can see a group of very large-figured characters, roughly the size of Tahko, and then there's a other group behind them, rather more difficult to make out because it definitely looks like there's a decent number of people following behind.
Roughly how many?
Difficult to make at this distance, but if you roll me a perception, we shall see.
Sure. Oh, let's see. I should probably get my character sheet open. Perception.
Okay, natural
Wow,
20.
That's a good start to the day. A good start.
That's a very good start.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay,
these
you can
natural
see
20s out of the way.
that there are exactly 3 Goliaths, 1 dwarf, 2 halflings, and let's say
Partridge and a pear tree.
25 to 30 assorted humans,
Assorted. Okay.
big and small.
Assorted.
It looks
It's
like
like
they're
rat
carrying
bag.
children. You can see like a couple have a hand cart with like goods and things piled up.
Oh, good.
Less pain. I was like, 30? No. Why?
Is this really an army then? I don't see that though. I don't see
More
that.
than this town has to defend with.
Yeah. Like, it's us 5 and a couple of lumberjacks.
It's more likely the refugees with the carrying children.
So what are you
Oh.
doing?
Standing outside waiting for the leader of this place to hop out.
Okay. And as you wonder about where on earth Irilyssa is, she does come darting out from amongst the buildings, a couple of the lumberjacks in tow, 1 or 2 of them like hastily putting trousers and things on. They got axes out, 1 or 2 of them without shirts, assembling as quickly as they can a group of people to face off against whoever it is that is approaching. And waiting for a moment, glancing around to kind of judge how many people she can call upon, Irilyssa does start making her way slowly towards the group, and the leader of that group puts their hand up. The dwarfs, the halflings, and some of the humans stop. The rest of them just keep on going right past him, not seeming to care or understanding what the signal was.
Mm.
And Irilyssa steps up to greet them. They exchange a couple of pleasantries, and it does indeed turn out that this group are the mercenaries hired by the sheriff of Bryn Shander, as the new guards of this town. An assortment of the spinning stones are the mercenary company, which are the halflings, the dwarfs, and the Goliaths, and the rest are refugees from various other villages and homesteads from throughout the 10 towns, and they exchange a few pieces of information and basically say, these guys are displaced, you guys have resources and things, you also need guards, you need manpower, we've brought manpower.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to give Tahko the eye of don't you fucking dare get into any blood feud bullshit during all of this. I don't say that out loud, but there's no uncertain terms of the eye staring that's going on.
I'll stare back at you and just raise an eyebrow.
Irilyssa will tap you on the arm and say, I can't heal your broken neck.
And as Tahko is glaring at Zagrax, the lead Goliath makes his way past Irilyssa and heads over to you, Tahko. Ah, another of our kind here. And what clan are you from?
I am from...
You're the worst, by the way.
Thunlakalaka.
Laka.
Ah, one of the big shots. I'm from Thuliaga. The name Stone Stunned. Goal Stone Stunned.
Tahko, mood killer. And I'll reach out an arm and
I believe that our employment is something to do with you and your band here. For that, thank you.
Yep.
Work's a little shy at the moment. At least this kind of safer thing. So what do we need to look out for here?
I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to speak to Irilyssa, the leader here.
And he takes your arm as well. Gives you a nod.
Rips it off.
We just trade arms.
I will speak to Irilyssa about all of that. I was kind of hoping, warrior to warrior, that we could get a little bit of information. I find that the commoners don't always know what really the dangers are.
Well, we fought so many dangers lately, they all started to blend together, sadly.
That's Icewind
Most
for you.
are from rogue humanoids, well, rogue humans. However, we've also heard of Yetis, and we ran across a polar bear that had killed some kind of underground dwarf.
Underground dwarf. And with that, he
Yeah.
kind of glances back, whistles, and gestures towards the dwarf that they have there, and he marches forwards as well. Hey, what do you want? And he kind of explains they've come up against some kind of underground dwarves. Like, that's not one of the Battleborns. They haven't come this far south.
It was one of darkened skin.
Darkened skin.
What was the phrase? Drugair?
Duragar.
Drugor? Ah, that's it. Duragar.
Haven't heard that name for a while. And you say that they're around here?
A dead one was, yes, eaten by a polar bear.
It was up on the east way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, from Bryn Shander to the crossroads.
Well, it
Just
doesn't-
north of this forest.
doesn't bode well that they're up above the ground at the moment, but considering that it's always blasted dark, I'm not surprised that this is the time they've chosen to emerge. Well, thank you for the warning. We'll keep an eye out for that.
Anything you can tell us about them?
Not much. They're more of a thing of legend than something we face off against day to day. Like you said, they come from further underground than we usually fare. from a place called the Underdark.
Hmm.
Stories about them, they're absolutely miserable smiths, absolutely terrible, especially for a dwarf at actually making stuff, and you can tell he's lying like through his teeth at that. But they're sneaky. They're like turning invisible, stabbing you in the back. Traitors.
Not honorable combatants.
That's the word. Dishonorable. They won't stand toe to toe, eye to eye, axe to axe.
Well, thank you.
Aye. If you hear anything more about them, or if you see anything more about them, please do tell us.
Okay.
I know that my kin
Sure.
will want to know.
Fair enough.
And then Stone Stunned pipes up again. You've been very kind with the information. There were a couple of rumours on the road as we came down that East Haven's been attacked, probably by these creatures.
Oh, really?
Aye, it was struck during the night. The town hall is in ruins at the moment.
Oh,
It sounds like these creatures attacked in the night, looted the place. Didn't seem to have taken much though. From what I heard, they made out with a statue.
interesting.
Left the guards dead though. No idea how they got in. East Haven's usually pretty alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's no good.
Statue of what, I wonder?
That I don't know. Anyway, I need to make sure the troops are settled and we get our jobs and assignments made, and need to make sure that these people are properly allocated accommodation and food and things. If you'll excuse me.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And he and the dwarf spin around and start yelling commands and things at some of the refugees, some of them kind of looking stunned or that they're being told what to do by something so big and lumbering, and some of them just kind of happy to have a place to now settle. And you do notice that several of the citizens of Goodmead seem to be coming forward and like greeting them like, hey, how are you doing? Haven't seen visitors for a long time. That type of thing. So you're pretty happy that they seem to be getting a greeting. Not necessarily like the most positive, like there's definitely a bit of suspicion, but people are happy to see
negative.
others of like their kind and more people. Like there's safety in numbers type thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Before we head out, we need to speak with Irilyssa about bringing a shipment of mead.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Mm.
Good
I
reminder.
think Zagrax said something about it earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe cheer up some of the other places.
Mm-hmm.
All of Esther at the
I think
moment
the-
is kind of surrounded by a couple of the groups of refugees, and she's standing up on top of a crate, kind of pointing out a couple of the slightly more derelict looking buildings, basically guiding families to places they can stay and set up shop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's quite busy at the moment. If we're in any kind of rush, we could probably just go directly to the meadery and make our case there.
true. We also still have to decide where we're going.
Mm.
We were going to go to Bryn Shander, I thought, but
Well,
to take
yeah,
Danica back,
she didn't really
Yeah.
want to stick around here.
because otherwise she's just here.
Yes,
With Nin.
I really would quite like to get my book so I can start translating this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard the message.
And you said that there was another researcher in that town, in Bryn
Yeah.
Shander, yes?
Yes, Copper, one of the faithful of Ominator.
Excellent. Perhaps you two could work together, or at least share notes.
That is my hope.
Okay. Well, that's still our chief goal,
Yeah.
is to solve all of this above and beyond the individual towns. So
We
To
can
Bryn
at least
Shander.
offer to. Yeah, we can at least offer to bring a shipment if they have one.
yes.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we could just buy it ourselves and sell it for a profit.
Also true.
I suppose.
If we have the coin for it.
Oh, we do.
Okay then.
All right.
Who's doing that?
So I guess we'll head to the meadery.
Uh huh.
Yeah, as we're walking there, Vulwin's gonna bring up the stuff at East Haven really has me concerned. You think it has anything to do with the same thing that happened to the fisherman that went missing? Like a night raid like that just doesn't. That's not very common.
I don't know.
Then a statue of all things.
Yeah, to make out with no supplies or anything of that sort is strange, to say the least.
At these kind of times, it would be for survival. Just stealing food and resources. It just doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, if it is from the Duragar, then perhaps they just wanted the statue for whatever reason.
That's even more troubling.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would they want it?
I mean, we've seen statues have power, right?
Exactly.
Saved Irilyssa. But probably was the god, but there's a statue there.
Yes, but we still have greater issues to deal with at the moment. There's a variety of quests on our plate to deal with. Let's
Yes.
focus on the one at hand.
Oh yeah, we should just keep an eye out then, because if they were at East Haven, we'll be taking the crossroads and the East Way for the majority of this trip. So
True.
Keep our eyes open.
Mhm.
Yep. So are we getting that meat or are we just going?
We're getting the meat.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, have I had any chance to sleep?
Yeah, so you and Danica
Okay.
slept the previous night.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
Out.
So you've all
Yep,
had your
well-
long rest and recovered everything that you need to recover.
Yeah.
Yay!
Huzzah! I no longer have a level of exhaustion.
Okay, we'll head to the meadery then.
Okay. Meat hall.
Yep.
Okay, you head over to the meat hall,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's empty. There's basically nobody there right now.
No one's looking
Weird.
after the
They
meat.
drink the whole place clean?
You imagine they're probably all out with the refugees right now.
Yeah.
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 Well, it looks like the meat's free.
There we go.
No. I suppose we should help the refugees before we leave then. More hands will make this go faster.
Well, I guess. I mean, since we don't live here, I don't know how much help we can be.
God,
Maybe
well,
the best we could do is just stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Brute strength is almost always required.
Also true. We could at least offer and see if they can coordinate us into doing anything. Otherwise, we could just leave the meat and go.
I mean,
Well,
that's
we are
fine.
no longer pressed for time to the same extent that we once were.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as you guys are talking, a halfling comes running into the meat hall. A club which seems to be about the same size as he, slung over his shoulder. He looks wildly at you guys, gives you a bit of a grin, and then makes his way behind the counter, stuffing the club somewhere under the bar counter.
Oh, okay.
Hiding that for later.
Well, you never know what kind of people are going to come through here. Always got to be
It's
ready
the
for trouble.
underbar shotgun, except it's a club.
And he does seem to jump up on something, so he's now can actually be seen above the countertop.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, there's your mead.
If you're looking for something for the road or something, what can I get you?
We're actually looking to deliver mead to another town.
Oh, delivery. You're setting up a caravan, are you?
A one-time deal, but yes. We're heading up to Bryn Shander.
Interesting. I mean, Most of the immediate supply was destroyed when the Verbeeks came in and stole it, but we might be able to rustle up some if you give us an hour or two.
Okay, I think we can.
Excellent, excellent. And who will be paying for the supplies?
How much would it come to?
That is a good question. How much can you carry?
How much would it come to? I think we'll run out of money before we run out of carrying strength.
I was actually trying to look up like pricings for barrels of alcohol.
Right.
That's a
I
bit
could
harder
probably
to
carry
find.
another 200 pounds without it inhibiting me at all.
Granted, you're carrying large things of mead, large barrels of mead, so maybe
Just strap them to my shoulders.
a bit unwieldy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be more about like
Cauldrons.
the sheer
Meat
bulk
cauldrons.
rather than what you can carry, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One on each shoulder, like pauldrons. That'll be
Oh
fine.
no, just tie them together with rope and just drag them through the snow.
Yeah, that could work too.
Ooh. Make a sleigh. Genius.
Actually, you could just get 2 sticks, tie them
Tahko's
together,
the reindeer.
drag the stick.
Tahko the reindeer. Yep.
Yeah.
Vulwin, the red-nosed fur bog.
I'll say it's probably about 5 gold a barrel, but they are pretty big barrels.
Yeah.
And as the town like you, who's going to be haggling for this? I'll just do a charisma check to see what you're likely to pay.
Oh, I can do that.
Good.
Because Taco's so good at talking to people.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my few characters that I've ever
No,
had a
well,
decent
really did-
charisma.
You need to
I
stop
really just
doing-
expect Taco to be like, "You'll
I
pay
know.
for your own mead," and just
So you reckon you can probably, well, you are able to talk them down to 4.5 gold per barrel, and they can do up to 5 barrels.
Okay.
Do they happen to have a cart or sled that we could use?
I mean, a large group of refugees just arrived with a bunch of carts and things, so probably.
True.
Yeah.
Timing.
absolutely. Or you could make a travois.
We'll just say,
what now?
because there are so many of them around, you can buy one, because they're looking to make money for this, for... Well, what are you trying to get? Are you trying to get a sled or are you trying to get a cart?
Whichever is cheaper and can
Feel
carry
like-
all the barrels.
I was gonna say, I feel like with the snow, the cart's less useful. I don't know. Depends on how deep the snow is.
And how heavy the barrels are.
Mm-hmm.
And if we want to push it up to the top of a hill and ride it the way down.
Also true.
Yeah.
yes.
Very
You can do that with,
important.
like-
Big
You
brain
can do that with like
thoughts.
the wagon too, but the front's gonna come down and it's gonna flip the whole thing. So,
Yeah, nobody rides down a hill in a wagon, Vulwin. You go sledding, not wagoning.
hey, we did some sledding at one point when we came back to this place. We sled down a hill on our shields. Remember?
So I would say that sleds would be more difficult to get because they are still in high demand. So that would cost you about 25 gold. You can get a cart for, we'll say 13.
13 gold. Oof. Getting pricey.
I mean, that's actually less than the usual asking because there's a lot of them.
I think we actually have a fair deal of money now, don't we? From all the combat we've been in. I know I have 9.
Pick up a few things.
9 gold.
9
we've
gold.
got the 25 that I
There
don't
you
think
go.
we've shifted out to everybody yet that we got for helping the place.
We might as
Yes.
well just use that for
Well, let's just
easier
do
ways to
that.
get around.
And then odds and ends, just eyeballing it, it's probably another 10 gold of just random gold that we've picked up, or coin that we've picked up along the way.
Okay.
Ish.
And I know I have a sack filled with strange metal that's supposedly worth about 75 GP.
Also true.
If you
Fun.
can find someone to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? That's the big one.
Hey, there's a dwarf.
Well, in Bryn Shander, there's also, smiths.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People who might use it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can totally cart and then shove the cart somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, we can at least take the cart.
Or yeah.
And even if we have to sell it later, it's fine.
Or just keep a cart, and whenever one of us gets the exhaustion trait, we can just put them on the cart.
Okay.
They can take a nap.
Yeah.
Too long.
Why not?
Okay,
But
so
yeah, I think
what are you getting?
Yeah.
Sounds like the cart and how many barrels? 5?
Yeah.
Up to
Would we
5.
expect the cart? Yeah. Would we expect the cart to slow us down at all with like the general terrain around here?
Along the roads, no. Taking it off roads, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not an all-terrain cart.
No.
Oh, damn.
Like, because Goodmead and... I mean, along the Eastway, you have no problems. I think the little track to Goodmead might slow you slightly. I'm just going to double check the map here. So yeah, the bit from Goodmead to the junction will probably be a bit slower, but once you're actually on the Eastway, it'll be fine.
Okay. And how much will all this good mead cost us? All the barrels we're buying?
4.5 gold per barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And 5 barrels, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So less than 25.
22.5 for the 5.
Okay.
holy crap.
we can just
340.
And
I'm
how much
quick
was the cart you
counting
said?
up.
13 was the cart?
13 for the
Yeah.
cart, yes.
13. All right. So if you want to pay 35.5 gold, then we can get on our way.
Out of our pool. Yeah.
44 plus. I'm quick tallying up everything that we've got
Yeah.
for sitting.
Yeah. I'm thinking we
Stuff.
can make a mad profit. Just sell them for 100 gold a pop and Bryn Shander. All good, right?
Yeah.
That's how economies
Okay,
work.
so that, and then if we do that, that becomes 34, and then 360 that becomes another 3 there, and then
Yay, accounting!
6 there turns into 11 there, which turns into there. So we've got 38 gold in total of spendable current of party funds.
Cool. We have 2.5 gold left then.
Nice.
Okay. 2 and 6
5
copper.
barrels.
5 barrels in a cart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get that pretty easily. A little bit of light haggling to bring the price down a bit to the 13. And then, yes, you're able to get it.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! All right, and we'll shove off then. Unless anybody needs us for anything. Any
At the moment,
trouble?
they seem pretty preoccupied with getting everyone settled. There's a lot of milling people around. It looks busy. It's kind of chaotic at the moment.
I'll make sure to go and at least tell Alvesta that we're leaving, and that
For real this time?
we're leaving, and we don't see ourselves coming back anytime soon, barring craziness.
Yeah.
And wish them all the best and yada yada, and good fortunes and all that fun stuff.
Well, thank you very much for everything you have done for the town, for the Goodmead. As you can see, it's already having a bit of an impact. People are moving here. People are coming to assist us and grow with us. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
I hope that this is simply the first step in the full restoration of the 10 towns.
You and us both.
Yeah. Just remember the 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you'll excuse me, and she hurries off. She's being called away again by somebody else.
Yep.
Off we go. Off to see the wizard, who doesn't exist in Bryn Shander.
Okay.
There might be a wizard. We don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
According to Bryn Shander, he was in the Eastway and he got burned.
No.
Yeah.
East Haven, yeah.
You say
Easthaven.
no.
yeah, true.
Yeah, there's a wizard there.
Okay.
Yes, there was.
We're not going to go see him,
More.
so
No. So I guess we're on our way then.
Okay.
All right, switching over to
What do you
ice.
have?
Moving ice. Okay.
Switching over to the Icewind map.
Yep.
Up to Bryn Shander.
Okay, so you make your way out of Goodmead, having to duck and weave a little bit around the various people that are there. It takes you a little longer than you would ordinarily take, especially because you have the cart with you. But in time, you do leave the flickering lights of Goodmead behind you and find yourselves once again on the open road. Could one of you give me a survival check and one of you a perception, depending on who is
All right.
navigating and
the road.
scouting?
Yeah, I don't think it's changed since we
Nope.
started. I got a 23 for survival.
Okay.
And I got a 14 for perception.
So you make it up to the junction in really good time. Vulwin, you're able to skirt around a couple of patches of black ice. You do notice that there are some greyer clouds up in the sky, but you successfully beat them to a snowdrift just by telling the party to get a move on a little bit, and then with... Who's actually pulling the cart?
It's probably either me or Tahko.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you take it in turns. So between the two of you, you're able to keep the cart moving at a brisk pace, and you make it to the junction in really good time. You hang a left, going along the east way towards Bryn Shander, and after another hour or so, 45 minutes or so of travel, you see a little bush by the side of the road starting to shake.
Vulwin will kind of let a little bit of a smile again. Just give it a thumbs up.
And you notice there is still a little piece of cloth flickering, flapping from one of the branches.
That's good. Is it under a lot of snow? Because I'll take a quick moment to unburrow it a little bit if it's getting completely swamped.
This seems a bit more of an energetic sapling.
Oh, good.
So it's less covered than some of the other ones around, particularly because every time you pass it, it's shaking.
My one true ally.
Tahko,
Rude.
as you're passing the sapling, you do notice that there are a couple of tracks which go off the road right where the sapling is, and then into the tundra, roughly in the direction you would have expected to have gone had you gone after the sled.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Somebody is getting
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
All right.
Seems so.
Makes sense.
So you continue your way to Bryn Shander, making it to town in pretty good time. How long does that take? I don't remember.
I thought it was 6 hours.
6 hours, yeah. That sounds right.
Make it slightly quicker than that.
What? That sounds good too.
Yeah.
2 hours. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! He really ran.
Yeah, 6 hours. So you make it in, we'll say, about 5.
Okay.
Because you rolled really well on your survival check. So let's see, it was about midday when you left, so it is now about 5 p.m. The doors are still open, but Zagrax, you do know that they will be shutting the doors sometime soon. But you seem able to make your way into the town without any real problems.
I'll greet the guards as we pass through as well.
Okay. And
Not
it
with
is-
my specific call. I'll just, I'll just, yell up to them and whatever the standard greeting is of the 10 towns, if there is such a thing.
So as you enter, one of the guards does leave the little guard room and come to you guys wait a moment. You bringing some goods into the town?
Yes, mead from Good Mead.
Oh, we're actually getting a shipment. Do you mind if I just check it? We need to make sure that there are no illicit goods and things coming in. You know, the normal customs type thing.
Huh. Okay.
I assume that's normal, right?
That's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll gesture away to let him do his thing.
Okay, and he
He's gonna
does.
sample the goods.
No,
Oh,
he doesn't.
yeah,
I mean, he does like tapping the barrels. He kind of knocks it and like gives it a bit of sniff just to make sure it's like honey, something in there. And he seems pretty satisfied. But you do notice that he's like rifling between the barrels and like checking stuff, patting it down, giving it a bit of a shake to see if he can hear anything inside. That is not usual.
Yeah.
All our guns come falling out. Oops.
The four children
any-
are struggling fall out.
Yeah.
Any reason for the enhanced shakedown?
You might have heard East Haven was hit last night.
We did hear that.
Thieves in the night. And
Yeah, I heard they stole a statue.
kind of. The latest we're hearing from East Haven is they broke the they shattered the statue, and then took those pieces with them.
That
What?
seems even stranger.
Well, like I was saying, pretty odd.
So the sheriff told us to check any barrels and baskets and carts and things coming in just to make sure there aren't any fragments of statue.
Makes
You
sense.
guys seem to be
That
clear
is
though.
so strange, but that does make sense.
Yeah. Do you know what the statue was of?
Some kind of black crystal.
Black crystal.
Oh, that sounds better and better.
More than that though, can't help you. If you go to East Haven, I'm sure they'll have more detail for you. We're just living on rumours here.
Mhm.
Now you live on rumors and mead.
Much rather have it that way. Welcome back to town.
Thank you.
And with that, he stands aside and lets you guys pass back into Bryn Shander proper.
Excellent. Good to be home.
You'll be seeing off a lot of this place lately.
Well, it is kind of the capital of the 10 towns, so it's not that surprising.
Hopefully we'll stay
Yeah,
here
we've been-
longer than last time.
Well, I don't know how long we want to stick around. I mean, it's not going to get any better out there.
True.
One thing I had
True.
meant to mention, actually, as you guys were walking, Danica strikes up a conversation with you, Irilyssa. Sorry, I'm kind of retconning a little bit here.
That's fine.
And as soon as I find my notes, I'm sure we can talk about this. Where has that gone? There it is. She kind of pulls you aside a little bit, slows the pace, making a little bit of a gap between you and the party, though not too much. And the rest of you can still quite easily overhear this. The day is quiet. I've been thinking a little bit about what happened to us. And, you say I was talking about the Red Dawn, yes?
Yes, when you were delirious.
Mishan is a priestess of Ominator, the Morning Lord.
Yes.
I wonder if that may have had something to do with it?
Well, we can certainly speak to her about it. I mean, we have to go there anyway to find your friend. So, I also wanted to have a conversation with her about ways that I could probably get my divine powers back.
Oh,
I've never-
you have lost the grace of your goddess?
Yes. Something happened. She's not happy with me. I don't want to go into it further than that.
The thing to do with what was inside of us?
I'm not sure.
I understand these things are very private. I'm sure you'll absolutely love to see. Actually, no, because I get internet problems could be having a problem. She starts talking, and then sometimes she'll continue mouthing, and nothing comes out. Irilyssa, though, you can still hear it.
What?
Spooky.
Huh.
I like that to us.
Does it register to me that she's not?
Did she even realize that she's doing it?
I guess
we don't
because I
realize
still hear it would register to me that she's like not speaking.
I mean, your conversation goes on for a bit, because it's actually really difficult running two conversations at the same time while typing. In time, yes, you do recognize that even though you're still hearing her words, there's no actual sound coming from her mouth, and that's kind of acknowledged by the rest of the party, kind of looking around, going, what's happening here? Because it is really like you're buffering a video, except the visuals are still happening, it's just you've lost audio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting.
And in time, I guess you make it back to town unless you actually tell her about this.
Yeah, I feel like it's really hard to acknowledge. I mean, from my perspective, she'd just be like, and...
Yeah, she's going through like PTSD there for a moment and just stop.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, it is breaking up her speech, so she would be talking about... But then you don't really quite hear... The story is just completely unclosed, and you... But anyway, we're going to move on to other things now.
And it's not a bad weather day.
It's
like kind of nice outside.
It's a little bit of grey around and maybe a very light snowfall, but no, weather's...
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, at least from Vulwin's perspective, he's just going to kind of note it and just be like, she's going through some stuff, so, just maybe it's just...
Right? I feel like she's just drifting off, like she's having attention issues.
Yeah, I think Elora would just be paying attention to her more rather than pointing it out, because maybe she's just going through something.
Okay. Vulwin's going to respect not bringing it up.
We're all too considerate.
I'm not rude enough, yeah.
Because it does look like she has no idea that this is happening, and to her, it probably seems like she's speaking like normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's happening to Zagrax right now.
I had to cough and I hadn't unmuted myself. I'm so mad.
That's exactly what it was like.
A phantom cough. Yep.
Nice. Good. Thank you for the example.
I'm going to say, but it's also
Did you
one of
forget
those
to unmute?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's been back and forth. But I assume it's one of those where, and while she's talking to Irilyssa, are both of them doing it, or is it just Danica?
Just Danica. Irilyssa seems
okay. And watching Irylyssa's not utterly confused. Seem utterly confused by the fact that bits and pieces of the conversation aren't. Aren't there.
It's more difficult for Irilyssa because you are getting the conversation and hearing her voice. It's pretty normal to you, but for the rest of you, you're hearing like a quarter of a conversation because you're getting all of Irilyssa's replies to everything that Danica is not saying.
Okay,
Heck, now
that's creepy though.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I probably don't even see this like fully happening if I'm leading the way. I might occasionally glance over, it's just like talking and it stops, and then it starts up, and then it stops.
Yeah, and if it's my turn to pull the cart, probably not paying attention to that.
I got nothing to say about it.
Okay. So in time you make it to Bryn Shander through the gates, and you are back in town.
Huzzah! Now where would be the best place? We could obviously go straight to the inn and ask if he wants to buy it there.
Yeah, and that's where, Danica lives, so.
Also true. And then, or we could go to Town Hall and let them distribute it.
No.
Okay. Works for me.
I feel like the inn will pay us more.
Oh, yeah, more than likely.
Oh, the north.
Yeah.
North look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm 100% for giving them first dibs on it anyway.
Yeah. They've been good to us.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the proprietor is very happy to be getting first dibs on the first supply of mead to come in for quite some time. You, Elora, especially know just how much you've been watering down the drinks in order to make them last.
But she'll never say.
I'm trying to find his name. Scramsax, that was it.
Oh, God. Who names their child that? It's just so cruel. I probably say this every time, but oh, look at this
True.
beautiful little baby boy. I'll name him Scramsax.
You literally do say this every
Oh, my
time.
gosh. It's just
jarring.
unconscionable.
Maybe
Unconscionable.
it's a traditional family name.
Yeah.
Well, that family's got some problems. Scram-sacking problems.
Oh, no.
So you leave the cart outside, you go into the tavern, you start talking to Scramsax about whether he wants
I'm
to
going to
purchase...
keep an eye on the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay with the card.
Okay.
We paid money for that card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our card.
Good call. So who's going in to talk to Scramsax about sales?
I'll talk to him.
I was going to say, Laura's probably the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say, let's leave two of the tallest people in our party to guard the cart and make
I mean,
people not have
Somebody
any
can come
ideas.
with me if they want, but
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
go with
You got
Go
this.
with-
Guard
okay.
cart. And obviously Danica's probably going inside too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
she'll
cool.
front.
She gotta get her books. Nerd.
Elora will enter and honestly just act like she's just gonna walk up and talk to him.
Ah, Elora. You disappeared the other night.
Yes, I'm so sorry about that. We had an emergency to attend to, but that's all taken care of now. And we came back with mead from Good Mead. Would you like to buy some?
Roll a charisma check, because he is kind of
Okay.
frowning at you as you enter. Because he did kind of let him down. You're like, yeah, I'll work, and then did not show
did.
up.
She was like, I have to go now. That's true. Let's see.
Busiest night in forever.
That's the next
Hey!
Nice.
Okay, so he is won over by your beaming smile, and he kind of looks curiously at your head, like trying to go, all right.
Oh yes, I got a hair. I went to a hairdresser. Apparently.
Over the night.
I'm
That
glad.
was the emergency.
That was the emergency.
I'm glad to hear that you had an emergency hair dyeing instead of working here during one of the busiest nights we've had for a while.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She actually looks sorry too.
And you seem to be really selling it, because he's a bit of like a hard-edged retired adventurer who does not take shit from anyone. And you can kind of see it, like he's about to come down on you, and then like just melts a little bit, and then it's like, all right then, next time you make a pledge, keep it. You kind of put us out there,
I will.
but I'm glad to see
Sure.
you back.
Yes. And with that, like I said, we brought mead back from Good Mead to sell.
I mean, I'm not sure I'm too happy about competition here. Town
Well,
has
do
laws about
you?
selling mead, you know.
Oh, do we? I haven't been here very long. Zagrax.
I mean, you could sell it to me. I do have a license. We are a licensed premises.
Oh, that was the point. Yeah,
Oh.
we were selling it to you.
You didn't say that. You just said I've got mead. Good for you.
To sell! To you! Oh, no, I didn't say the to you part. Sorry.
Kind of an important thing to have missed out.
I'm sorry. Sorry, a lot has happened in the past couple days. I'm sorry.
Elora, you're getting flustered. Just take a deep breath.
He kind of shakes his head. He's like, you have it outside?
Yes. Yes, it's outside with the Zagrax and the Goliath. Tahko.
You mind if I have a sample, just to make sure that quality's up there?
Well, I don't have a problem with it.
Alright. And he reaches under the counter, comes out with a tapping hammer and a mug.
Oh, nice.
Cleans the mug out a little bit and then follows you outside to where the cart is waiting.
Okay.
And very expertly, he kind of knocks out the cork at the base where it's usually tapped, holds the mug underneath, replaces the cork, hammers it back into place, holds the drink under his nose a little bit, tastes a little bit, and then just down to the rest.
Nice.
Seems decent enough to me. How much do you want for this?
I don't... How much are we selling for this taco? Zagrax? Maybe one of you know.
10 gold a barrel?
10 gold. You put me out of
Is
business quicker than the Eternal Winter has.
Oh, sorry. I meant 7 gold?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
I was gonna say, gut feeling was to start at double and move on from there.
11.
Right.
Our persuasions have been quite good.
5.
Paid about 5. I don't know. Zagrax, you do this. How much did we pay?
4.5.
You didn't pay 5, 4.5.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the
Irilyssa-
people...
Irilyssa
Sorry, go
will
ahead.
pipe up. We did do you a favor by coming here first to offer you mead. I think you can go a little higher than 5.
Roll persuasion.
Yes. It is a little higher.
Supplies are difficult. 6.
I'll take 6.
6 is fine with me.
Yeah, what I gotta do to keep it.
That's a 30% increase.
Alright then. Pleasure doing business with you all. And he offers a giant mitten of a hand.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And you shake on it.
Irilyssa will shake it.
We all shake at one. Smash our hands
We
together.
all go.
Well, look at that. We now have as much gold as we started with, and a cart.
Yeah, we have a cart now. That is nice.
So yeah,
Yeah.
just to expedite things, you do manage to make the deal. You get 6 gold per barrel. He takes the barrels inside, or he has one of the other waitstaff do it. Seems pretty happy about it all. The other thing I will say is the tavern itself is pretty busy. There does seem to be a bit of a shouting match going on inside, you can tell.
Yeah. Guard instincts kick in, and I'm going to peek my head in.
Okay. And Zagrax, you see... what would they be?
Headbutting contest?
Wham!
The polar goat headbutting contest. Yep.
It's
Slapping cut.
a dwarf dressed in like splint armor. She's got a sword on one side, an axe on the other, like in sheaths, and she's currently talking to a human. Shouting at a human who's stood on top of a small stool, kind of shouting at the tavern. A lot of the tavern inhabitants are kind of gathered around watching this tirade, and the old guys. And when I find the Winter Walker, I'll cleave her in twain. I'll separate her belly from her other side of the belly, and that's how I'll claim the gold for old I am an Artok. And then the dwarf steps up. You'd be lucky if you can even reach his belly. Have you any idea how big I am an Artok is? She's wrestled greater bears and beasts than you have, you old sea dog. And this kind of tirade goes backwards and forwards, but it's clear that they're having a bit of an argument about this creature, I am an Artok.
Is that sound familiar to any way, shape, or form?
You, no. Tahko? Yes.
Okay.
I am an Artok, or rather, the Winter Walker. Was it the Winter Walker? It's the Winter something. Hang on.
Kind of
Is it
important.
Yeah, it is the Winter Walker.
Frostmaiden?
No, it is the Winter Walker. Is probably the most renowned of the werebears. This is the, like, queen of the werebears, basically.
Great.
And you're able to get from the debate between the two that a hunt has been called for Oyam and Artok.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
I'll yell in there. Why has the hunt been called?
One of the human answers back. Actually, one of your own kin there, Goliath. Decided to see the beast brought down. Bad time for changelings.
I see.
And I have notes about this as well, because there is more detail.
Good.
There's been if this has been called, that there's gonna be hunters far and wide showing up for this.
Oh shoot, where's the name?
Not really. They probably don't want to fight that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. When you got nothing to do and it's your trade.
We have things to do.
A fella calling himself Mokingo Growling Bear Akonathi has called a hunt for Oyam and Artok, wanting to prove himself the mightiest of the Goliaths. Hunters from far and wide are answering the call and assembling in Targos.
Targos.
Very well.
What is a Tahko? What is it that they're talking about? What are they hunting?
Werebear. The biggest.
The biggest.
Well, it's a dangerous hunt.
Yes. What a noble one.
Well, not.
Well.
I'll leave the two old folks to argue more, but I'll listen in a bit more about them
Alright.
talking.
Me and the Sword and Axe Company will be heading out in first light. We're going to be joining this hunt. Aye, and we're going to be joining this hunt too. There's been too many incidents affecting the 10 towns. It's time we banded together. I quite agree with that. The attack on East Haven, done by giants and other kind of changelings, entering the town hall small, leaving big. Clearly it's werebears. We have to strike against the queen of them all. In the morning. But first, we drink!
Aye.
Here, here.
And with that,
Hey,
all of the
I
patrons
thought-
kind of go, hey, and start ordering drinks and stuff.
All right. I guess we brought things in at a good time.
Did the other man say that they were attacked by changelings too? I thought he said.
The Druger can turn from small to big, so they assume that there's some kind of changeling.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember when we found the prints? They were
Oh,
large and then got tiny, and then we found the body there.
yeah. Okay, that clears it up.
Yep, that was the big giveaway. Well, I think this hunt is probably good for the 10 towns, at least.
Unless they all die.
Well,
Well,
yes.
That's their choice if they want to go do that.
I think it's also something that my goddess would want me to help with.
Oh,
You
Yes.
want to help out with it then?
Yes. She said to, I don't remember the exact wording, but I think she said, to find the combination of man and bear, and it's an abomination. It needs to be destroyed.
Well, if it will help you out, then I'm willing to go.
Yes.
yeah, we're all partially responsible for what happened to you.
However, we still have a few more things to finish up in this town before we take off.
Of course.
Danica, are you ready to head out to the House of the Morning Lord?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay.
Let's.
Okay. Then we'll grab our cart and depart.
Okay, and it's pretty easy to find your way to the House of the Morning Lord. Enough of you have spent enough time in the town, plus Danica just knows the way. Actually, would she? She probably wouldn't.
She probably
Oh,
would.
we went.
She'd know the way, but not like innately,
Never
like I was
known.
saying.
Yeah.
Elora led them there one time, so.
True. Yeah, I mean, you make it there
And
in time.
I've been here for forever.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far away.
And also, it does kind of stick out because it is this big clad building which was kind of lit up like a bit of a beacon, although even in the gloom here it seems suppressed.
Yeah. But, okay.
Okay.
We'll enter.
And again, you see Mishan, the priestess, standing before the giant statue, her head bowed before it in prayer. And as you enter the threshold of the temple, a much smaller figure, probably about 3.5 to 4 foot tall, kind of waddles towards you in a bit of a T-pose. Stance, like his arms like out rigidly to the side, and he's got like this giant hood on his head right now. He's wearing probably about 15 different layers of furs and things like that, and just like the sheer bulk makes him almost look like a bit of a ball, like waddling towards you all.
Oh my god. Okay.
But at his approach, Danica goes, "Copper, it's good to see you again, my friend."
It
And she
moves.
kind of jumps forwards and gives him a big bear hug.
Aw. Okay.
Get off me! What do you want?
It speaks.
Of course I speak. What do you-
Never seen a creature like that.
Mishan's always saying being welcoming. Welcome to the House of the Morning Lord. What can we do for you?
We're seeking to return light to the realm.
And with
We
that, he does
understand.
seem to brighten a little bit. All right. Well, we have torches out back if you want one of those.
Ha! No, we understand there's some research being done here.
Oh, you're talking about Macredus.
Cretus.
He
Yes.
kind of glares over at Danica, who kind of shrugs. Yeah, Macredus. The idiot's probably got himself killed.
Oh.
I see.
He's, he was looking into some kind of devices about controlling the weather. Always a bit of too much ambition, that one.
Okay.
Well, how do you know he got himself killed?
Because he's an idiot. And he's a rascal. And he doesn't have a good taste on food when he gets it shoved in his mouth.
And I take it he's not here.
No. And then Danica kind of frowns down at Copper, and with that, he just lets out this big exhale of air. Alright, I'm worried about him. It's not like him to be silent this long.
I see.
Silent.
Where do you think he went?
He's taken shelter in a cabin out in the wilderness. He was concerned about the danger of the device we were working with. It's some pretty powerful magics.
Where's this cabin?
That's interesting.
He kind of gives you some directions, and I will add it to the map.
Okay. And then, what kind of a device? You said the device would change the weather? How does it do that?
Yeah, there are certain magics known by powerful wizards which, from just a single spell, can make the weather change. He was hoping to harness some of this power within an artifact, and then use that in the right configuration to control the weather. I can't pretend to understand this, I'm just a cook.
Well, I appreciate it anyway. It's really interesting stuff. I don't know if it'll work, but hey, it's admirable that someone's trying to do something.
Yes.
So, yeah. I'm
Or is it just sitting around?
How long have they been missing?
Probably came into town about 2 weeks ago. Couldn't abide the cold. Why the heck did I ever move to Icewind? I hate the cold!
Well, better get used to it. There's to be a lot of it.
Well, that was one of the things that caught my interest. When he said he was trying to bring warmth, bring the light of the Morning Lord again. I signed up, but too cold for me out there. I come from the Southlands.
I see. Well,
Thank you. Well,
yes, perhaps, but we'll give them a visit.
yes.
If they know anything about how to change the weather or how to appeal to Arl or anything, it would be of help.
I'm just putting this on the map. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you can see it, I will bring you over to the map.
Oh my lord, it's way up there.
You can see where the cabin is, just north of Lonelywood.
Oh wow.
A million miles away.
That is
Okay, well,
that is some travel. Yeah.
Wow. I thought you would be
here's
like a mile or two. It's past the forest north of Lonelywood?
I like to think he walks over and marks it on the map, and we're like, oh, there's nothing up there.
They're like, oh, he really is in the middle of nowhere. Damn.
He'll be swinging by there anytime soon.
Oh, maybe.
Trying to decide how big I want that text to be. It's the little things. There we go, that'll do.
Totally not in character, obviously, since they don't have the voice changer on, but we could totally just add more side quests that we'll kindly ignore as we travel through up to get to the cabin.
What we need to do is accumulate all the side quests and then form like plot out some points that take us to like the quickest route between them all.
True.
Yeah, that's a straight line from Targos to the cabin. Pick up anything we got in the way and do those.
I mean, now we don't have to go up there to get a kobold. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
why
No,
couldn't they
I mean,
get
we're gonna go to
down
Targos.
below Dukin's
Yeah,
Gulch,
true.
where we were already going to be heading?
But I mean,
Like,
I don't know.
just in the trip from coming to Goodmead to Bryn Shander, we picked up 3 more quests.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go to Targos anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Targos, sorry. Because that's
Well,
where
that's
the hunt
hunt.
is starting.
Oh, okay, sure.
So-
Yeah. Plus, at this point, this guy's got the closest thing that we have really a solid lead on possibly fixing the weather, to
Yeah.
be honest.
And I want to see which the local hunters decided to take up this hunt.
And
I mean, Danica had a good idea, but.
some of the things which Copper told me about the design, theoretically, are sound.
Oh,
Okay.
so this could actually change the weather.
It's far beyond my skill, but if Macredus is half the artificer that Copper says he is, then yes, quite possibly.
Artificer.
Well, we do well not to leave him out there for too long. Out in the middle of nowhere, just in the tundra, experimenting on magic.
You know, we didn't put him there.
Well, we probably shouldn't leave him out there for that long.
Yes. I suppose.
There's a lot of trouble you can get into just in the open tundra. Especially when you're not near any towns. And especially when you're near the Lonelywood as well.
Right.
If you do go up to the cabin, please do bring some food for him. He doesn't eat well.
Oh,
No, we're not planning on eating him.
But
Vulwin.
What?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a problem. We'll bring food.
And yeah, Copper just glowers up at you, Vulwin.
Zagrax actually laughs
Did I miss
like
something?
a hearty laugh because that was funny.
you said we weren't planning on eating him.
Well, yeah, we're not.
I don't think that's what he was alluding to.
No. He was suggesting that we bring him food.
Not eat him as food.
Not to, like, fatten him up, just for, like, his health.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought the food was for us.
It could be for us, too. Whatever.
I mean, if you're going out into the tundra, you should definitely bring food. Just saying,
Yes.
bring a bit extra.
You're right, yes.
Unless you're complete idiots, in which case, probably not going to help him, are you? But don't get yourselves killed out there. Yeah, I am worried.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do, I guess. Yep. Thank you for the information.
May the Morning Lord guide your way, even in this blasted darkness and cold, and I'm getting another blanket, and with that he kind of stomps away.
Stumps.
Oh my.
I'm amazed he can move.
Well, from the looks of it, the heat outweighs the mobility. It's a good choice on his part, I suppose.
I don't know what he was talking about. It's quite nice up here.
Yeah,
This is
so
fair.
bad.
Doesn't bother me.
Says the two dragonborn who are quite immune to this cold.
Right?
Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too cold, I agree, though.
Wait, are
I
you?
took a bath in ice water. I think you're fine.
Is Elora the only one who doesn't have natural cold resist?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I just imagine that at least Zagrax is walking around, definitely wearing like a fur coat and stuff, but it's like more of it's a brisk fallout kind of winter coat looking coat instead of like the full on winter coats that most people are wearing,
Just a
just because can get by with that because cold resistance.
Yeah.
You just hear the noise of 90s windbreakers as Zagrax walks by.
Yeah.
Swish, swish.
Oh no! What have I done?
He's never stealthy because of it.
No. I'm
There's
not stealthing.
disadvantage.
Period. It's not the windbreak. Yeah, that's just what my chainmail sounds like when I walk.
Oh,
Is
okay,
the
okay.
90s the 90s track coat.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on stealth already. That's what it is.
Well, are we gonna head out tomorrow to Hargos with those people?
Sounds like a plan to me. I also, if you remember, there was the reports of the group of Dragonborn that were inquiring about me.
Oh yeah, about you. Maybe they're in there. Well, maybe they are still there too.
I'd
Yeah.
very much like to at least talk to him.
Do you know
Yeah.
him?
No,
But it's curious.
It is
indeed.
curious.
Well, I guess I can't say for sure that I know him or not. Dragonborn are rare, but they're not that rare.
I mean, yeah, there's two of you here.
Maybe they're forming a club.
But considering one of them, two of them were red, it seems that they're definitely not surviving well up here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it's a little too warm in here. So I'm gonna head back outside.
Oh, two more.
Yeah, seeing that thing muddled in all those coats, just
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable.
It's all those candles in here too. Really brings the heat up.
Yeah,
That's-
that'll do it.
That's funny.
Well, okay. I guess we can head out.
Okay, so where are you going?
Out.
Okay, you are standing in the street outside of the house of the Morning Lord.
Yes.
This is the better feeling. This is crisp air. He takes a deep breath.
Are you guys going to be doing anything else in town today?
If we have a bit of time to ourselves, I was planning on heading by the blacksmith.
Okay.
If anybody cares to join me for whatever reason, you're welcome.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything of any importance as a party.
Yeah, maybe just you don't have any of our weapons or anything repaired. We didn't get into a lot of combat. Make sure that they're sharpened completely.
True.
Sure.
I'll go with you, Tahko. I want to see what I can get from this halberd. What I picked up.
If we are going to be chasing a legendary werebear in hopes our group can kill it before other groups do, or we're all collectively slaughtered, likely this creature won't be following the roads. So we might want to look into selling our new cart and buying snowshoes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a lot of good hunters out there, but I want to keep an eye open for some of them because if we're all going after the same thing, it might mean they're going after other hunters too. Get in the way. Of course, depends on who is involved.
Yeah. And how honorable they are.
I don't know. So, snowshoes do sound like a good idea.
Yeah, we'll need those. Traveling in this side of Bryn Shander, there's a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, that's a
Understatement of the
fact.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'll query at the sheriff and see if there's anybody in search of a cart.
Okay. All right. I don't know why the sheriff would know. I figure it's likely the just a district for doing business out there. But okay.
Yeah. Trust me. He's got his ears to the ground.
Okay.
This is his job.
Very well.
Okay, so Zagrax, you're going to the sheriff. Tahko and Irilyssa, you're going to the blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll join for blacksmith as well.
Okay, Elora, what are you doing?
Well, if they're all handling work and stuff, I guess she'll just go back to the Northlook and try to make it up to Scram Sacks.
You all a good night of working.
Yeah, she'll just work.
Okay, I mean, he's definitely grateful for the assist, because it is pretty rowdy in there with all the hunters properly riled up and
yelling.
boozing.
Plus meat now.
And yeah, the mead is flowing. Still pretty heavily watered down, but it's flowing.
It's slow. Yeah, gotta make it last.
Okay, so
Alright.
those of you going to the blacksmith, you've passed it a few times in town, and also Zagrax, you know where it is. It's kind of on your way to the town hall anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you all head... Actually, is it? No, it isn't actually.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you're at the House of the
unless
Morning
it's-
Lord right now, not the Northlook.
Oh, true. We're not. I forgot. I totally thought we were at the Northlook.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I said that. I was like, hang on, that's not true. So yeah, Zagrax, you depart from the party, I guess, after a bit, and head over towards the town hall, which is where the militia HQ is as well. And then the rest of you, you know where Black Iron Blades are. You kind of heard the clanging from the hammer inside. It's a fairly large establishment by mercantile standards. You make your way over to the Black Iron Blades, and it is a fairly squat stone structure, big old chimney gushing out thick black smoke at the moment, and you do hear from the inside, clank, 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 as metalwork of some kind is going on inside.
Yep. I'll walk on in.
Okay. You walk in and immediately are overwhelmed by just how hot it is in here compared to everything else in the 10 towns. Big old forge is really blazing away. And you do see I think he's a dwarf. Yep, a dwarf hammering away at a glowing red piece of steel or iron.
Okay. I'll open up my coat and otherwise get my sack out of my pack. Good day.
You say that to the blacksmith, and then from your side, just behind a counter, a head pokes up. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't see you there, dearies. How can we help you? Welcome to the Black Iron Blades.
Yes. Are you familiar with this metal? And I'll open up the bag and drop the pieces on the counter.
I mean, tell you the truth, dearie, metal to me, it's just metal. My husband probably know. Hey, Gorm! Get over here. I've got some metal for you. And at the mention of metal, Gorm kind of goes, oh, okay. And puts his hammer down, puts the blade next to the forge without actually putting it in, because putting it in too long burns metal. He goes over and is like, metal, you say? Has the iron finally arrived?
No, is it still not?
I was expecting a sled from the battle hammer dwarves, battle-born dwarves. I guess nothing's arrived yet.
Great. But no, this is a different... some metal that I found down near Goodmead.
Oh, Goodmead, you say? Not known for metal down there. It's more wood.
Indeed.
And
Are
me.
you familiar with it?
And mead. Can't forget the mead.
Yes.
He gives it a look over and rolls a natural 6. I mean,
Nice.
it's different. What can you tell me about it?
It was... this is the metal that I found being carried by one of the giants, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. It was...
Not Duke, the other
and-
one.
yeah. Friend, right?
No, that was the ogre.
No, the wife lady.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was in possession of a giant that attacked us. I know little more besides that. Is it of interest to you?
I mean, metal's always of interest to me. Be a bit more experimental with this stuff. It's not iron. He kind of holds a magnet above it. Nope, definitely not iron, not ferrous, not steel. Bangs it on the table, gives out a clink, 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 like metal does. It's definitely a metal. Try and melt it down and see what happens. It's interesting, though.
Alright.
It's very light. Don't weigh much.
I haven't actually touched it myself. I wasn't sure if it was even safe.
And he is like doing this with his big old forge glove, so he hasn't touched it either. That's a good point.
Okay.
Don't know where this
But,
stuff came from. Could be toxic. I definitely know that there are toxic metals out there.
Oh. Well, I guess it was right in me being safe about it. Do you know anybody else that may have any more knowledge on these matters?
Well, I am the best blacksmith in the 10 towns. And if I don't know what it is, I don't think anyone will.
Ah, very well. Well, I don't know its value, but I'm willing to leave some with you if you want to experiment to figure out if it has any use.
Okay. How much do you want for it?
Well, I was hoping to sell the whole thing for, I don't know, 75 gold?
Dang.
75 gold for something that could just rust away in the morning? That's a bit steep
Maybe
for
it-
me.
Maybe
Well,
it
it
doesn't
hasn't rusted
rust.
yet.
For something that has never been known to exist before, within the 10 towns at least. Like I said, I'll leave some with you. You could experiment with it, see if it's any value, and then you can pitch me a price when I return.
He kind of glances over at his wife, who just kind of shrugs. "Alright. You do have my interest, I will tell you that. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
Okay. I mean, I'm proposing to leave it with them for free.
Yeah.
An 11 again.
We're so good at persuasion.
Oh yeah, it's my key skill, don't you know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And with that, he starts like pushing it on the table to see if it's malleable at all, and then kind of bangs it with his fist. You definitely got my interest. If you leave a little segment, I'll maybe try to cut a piece off. You know, want to make sure there's no weird business going on here. I appreciate you leaving it, though.
Yes. The more we know, the better. For anything unknown, really.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'll leave a decent chunk with them.
Okay. I mean, the the crate that you'd gotten, or the basket, are just like little pieces of fragments. It's not like an ingot or anything, so you just leave a couple of those scraps. And he immediately kind of takes them off into a back room, and you hear another forge being blown into at the back as probably the smelting forge is being lit.
Okay.
Well, I've lost my husband now for probably the rest of the night.
Sorry. No.
Glad he's interested, but still looking for a bit of a touch up on some other weapons.
Oh, of
And
course.
Vulwin will take out the 2 short swords that he has and kind of like set them. I'm guessing it's like there's like a table or something to set them on.
Yeah, I mean, she's standing behind a counter at the moment. Low counter by your standards, but a counter. They are both dwarves. What do you want done with them?
We're gonna be going on a grand hunt for I guess a werebeast. So just making sure that I can rely on them. And he's actually gonna say this next line in Dwarven. 2 of the few things I can rely upon, and I'd like to keep doing so.
And she kind of gives you a knowing grin. Dwarven handiwork, properly done. Very reliable. As an
Till now.
aside, don't look at those shelves. She gives you a bit of a wink. And you see that there are a couple of shelves, like on the wall where she'd gestured, and there's just a line of swords and things. Look perfectly fine to you. So, do you just want them sharpened? Back in common. Sharpened? Do you want runes etched in them? What are you looking to have done here?
But most definitely sharpened. What kind of runes exactly are you speaking of?
Decorative, mostly. As much as my husband likes talking up his craft, I don't think he can do any of that magical stuff.
Well, I'll give it a little thought here. But
I mean,
so far, as they are.
We can beat out the dents. We can give it another decent edge, hone it down, give it us for the night, and maybe 1 silver, and we'll make sure they're good as new.
Yeah. If you know anything that might give me a little bit of an edge versus, I don't know, werebeasts, bell beads.
A bigger blade?
Too big and it just slows you down.
I would disagree. Bigger blade. You don't need to be faster. They're down. But everyone fights in their own way. We'll definitely get these sharpened up for you. No problem.
Thank you. And you said it was like 1 silver or something.
Yeah, 1 silver for the pair.
Yeah, he'll drop a silver.
Okay. And
Speaking
just
of
for
silver-
brevity's sake, you do get them back sharpened and everything, like
Awesome.
back in fighting spirit.
And what about those shelves now? No.
And speaking of silver, do I know any particular traits about were creatures and means of defeating them?
I don't know, do you? Give me a... Gosh, what would this be? Nature.
Nothing's better.
Probably, but I will tell you the DC will be high.
For nature? Okay. Whoop! Oh, I got it. Nailed it. Nailed
Big
it.
blade sounds like the perfect solution to taking down were creatures.
Well,
No
I'm not
kidding, right?
big with blades. I'll stick to my warhammers. Okay. I don't need them sharpened either. It's a monster hunter.
Yeah.
Also in Dwarven, I found this halberd. I was hoping to get maybe 10 gold for it.
10 gold. Put it on the counter. Let's have a look.
She sets the halberd of the Verbeeg's wife on the counter.
Oh.
A very big halberd.
Interesting craftsmanship. Looks like it's just an axe head tied to a piece of wood. No reinforcements, none of the usual things you would expect to see from this type of thing. I mean, mostly this would just be for the scrap iron. I'll give you 5.
More than I paid for it, so done.
Pleasure doing business, and she counts out 5 gold pieces and hands them over.
But it's a unique fixer-upper opportunity.
More
Still
like-
in Dwarven. She'll,
More like a smelt down and remake opportunity.
Yeah.
still in Dwarven, she'll ask if she happens to have any moonstone.
Moonstones or runestones?
Moonstone. The gem.
Moonstone as in gems?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll take a look. I got a piece of garnet, got a... Pretty sure that's just glass. Yep, that was glass.
Just spat of
Dear.
blood. Yeah.
And like
Yep.
scattering around, she does eventually find a moonstone. It's like, we do actually.
How much?
That's a very good question. I have no idea how much a moonstone would go for.
Like she's like, well, it's just been sitting here and we didn't even know about it. You can have it free.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Not quite.
If it came from the moon, that's pretty rare. You got to upcharge for that.
Right?
Ha!
Yeah.
Translucent white gemstone with a pale blue glow worth 50 gold pieces.
That's what the moon's made of. Huh.
I mean, we could probably do you a deal with this. Say, 70 gold?
Yeah, if it's a nice one.
A bit too much for me.
I mean, definitely has a nice glint in the forge light. It's pretty pretty,
Yes.
actually.
Very
Kind of
beautiful.
holds it up against an amulet she's wearing.
Is this all still in Dwarven?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I can't pipe in.
Yeah, Vulwin's just got his hands crossed, kind of looking at the just glancing at the shelf and just like, okay.
Usually using
Staring at it, trying to figure out what it is.
gems and things are a little too fancy for most of the production we do here. So probably here if you want it next time, she kind of just throws it under the counter again. Clink, clink, clink.
Dang.
Clink, clink.
Too rich for me, but thank you. And may the Moon Maiden watch over you.
And Moradin's beard be ever bright and shiny, and whatever it is the dwarves would say.
Huh.
She does say something appropriately dwarven. I really need to read
Okay.
up on the gods and things. I think it's Moradin for the dwarves.
That sounds about right.
I don't know.
In fact, she would probably invoke the god of craftsmanship, which is somebody else.
Ah, fancy.
Can't remember offhand. Anything else?
Not for me.
I'm done.
I do have a list of the different gods. I'm like, okay, I need to know this now. Here we go. Nope, those are real gods.
I think the smithing god is Moradin. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, Moradin does sound right.
yeah.
Gond is the god of craftsmanship.
Oh. Oh god, yeah, like the general god.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
think
God.
Moradin's like the dwarven god specifically.
Gondor.
Hmm.
Isn't he the god of wind, though? Gone?
Puss is wind, I think.
Oh
no,
my
that's
God.
war. I don't know.
I thought it was gone with the wind.
No, go away.
Moradin,
the
dwarf
wind.
god of creation. So yeah, she probably
Yeah.
does invoke Moradin.
Yeah.
Hey,
Frankly,
Mord, are there...
Tahko, no one gives a damn.
Hey, Mord, are there actually like weapon enhancements in 5e? I don't even remember.
Not really. There would be like masterwork, which is more of a self-added thing where you basically get +1 to hit
Right.
as opposed to +1 to hit and damage, which would be a +1. And then there's enchanted weapons, which are magical.
That's cool.
But from the impression that you get of this place, and also from what you've heard of the Black Iron Blades, it's a pretty basic level of quality.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I took a look at what was over here. They're serviceable for probably a little while.
Yeah, if Zagrax had been here, he could probably tell you more stories about it, but he's not, so he can't.
Fantastic.
Cool. I get to learn about these stories myself too. Wink.
Okay.
Yep, that's all I have.
I'll just come by the following morning to pick them up.
Okay, and yes, they are there, like I said. Fully sharpened, and they do look as good as new. All of the dents and things have been honed out of them. And Tahko, you're probably going to swing by to see if the metal was of any use.
Yeah, if you could figure it out one day, otherwise.
For the sake of
All he's
brevity,
doing.
I'll say that he... How much did I offer you in the first place? Totally forgotten already.
You said 75 for the lot of them.
You
No, I
said
didn't.
75.
You said 75, yeah.
Tahko, that was you that was trying to sell for
when
75.
I first acquired it, I wrote down 75 GP of strange metal. Because you had me do an appraise check at the time.
Yeah. He will offer you 55.
Okay, does he know what it is or what it could be used for?
Not a clue, but he's intrigued enough in like the quality of the metal, like he just wants to try it.
Absolutely. Can I get that in platinum?
You can get
Hey.
part of it in platinum. We'll say 2 platinum coins and then the rest in gold.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we could even bargain with him about crafting a weapon or two, trial runs for something that even we could use possibly. Could be interesting.
And I'm going to imagine that you probably met up that evening, at which point Zagrax could tell you about black iron blades. There's a bit of a running joke with the quality of black iron blades, where it's like mercenaries had a successful hunt despite the black iron blades type thing.
Okay. And is anybody clearly in need of a cart walking around?
Yeah.
I mean, no one's walking around going, "Hey, I want a cart, I want a cart." But yeah, Zagrax, you did go to see the sheriff about the cart.
Yep. Yeah,
I like
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say I really like that. Like somebody walking by, like, "Oh, honey, that cart looks so nice over there. Wish we had one like that. Oh, yeah, someday we can own our own cart."
Just somebody that has 8 watermelons. And they're like, I can't carry all these watermelons.
Wish I had a cart.
All vehicle, cart them around in.
And then Zagrax appears around the corner. Well, have I got the device for you?
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. Nah, it's pretty much just cart, and then let them know that the was it spinning stones or whatever made it to Goodmead.
Ah, glad to
Setting
hear
up.
that. We had a bit of a chat when we talked about this before with the suggestion of the refugees. Decided to pull through that. It's difficult to keep everyone fed and housed here, and spreading the burden a little bit sounded like a good idea. And the spinning stones, very highly recommended, so they seem like the best fit. Plus, the fact that they're just big makes them a bit intimidating as town guards.
Indeed. All right, yeah, and then anybody in need of in search of a cart that we have.
I mean, you probably could sell it to the general store and see if they could sell it on.
You lop off the wheels and we got a half-assed sled.
It's not something that I would usually
Oversized hat.
worry about. I mean, if caravans start moving again with more regularity as the towns get properly reconnected, it's possible there'll be a demand. I don't know. I'm not a merchant.
Okie doke. I guess I'll swing by the general store if I still have time
Okay.
and query there.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll. Just keep things moving. See what kind of price they will offer you.
Nice.
They are willing to offer you 15 gold pieces for this cart.
Awesome.
I'll take it.
Okay.
And I'll go and get the cart and drop it off too.
These are new cart prices.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a 21 persuasion, though.
Yeah.
As part of this whole thing where we were talking about getting snowshoes, were we able to procure them?
Yes, in Bryn Shander you can definitely get snowshoes, again from the general store. And using Zagrax's roll, seeing as he was there anyway, you would be able to get them for 2 gold pieces each.
For a pair or a single snowshoe?
Pair. One
Okay.
person's worth of snowshoes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. I'll buy a pair.
I was gonna say, do we want to do that?
Yeah, and then we'll
I assume so, since we're going to the tundra. I'll just you spend some of that gold that got for the cart to just buy everybody snowshoes.
Yay.
everybody
Wow.
gets snowshoes, and you get 5 gold walking away for it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'd say that entire trip we made money. Huzzah! Good business. Huzzah!
Huzzah indeed.
I mean, in the end, we really didn't. We didn't go up on gold a whole lot, but we have snowshoes now.
Mm-hmm. I went up
So-
by gold plenty.
Well, yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Loss
up on
of
money
gold
too.
is just using it.
Was there anything else you wanted to do this evening?
Scream.
Scream at the night. No.
All right.
Okay, in that case, let's take a break, as it is roughly break time. We'll resume in 3 minutes, so 10 to ish.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Yeah,
break
yeah.
time, 3 minutes. We'll be back at 10 to. Back soon.
All right.
to being live.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we
I
go.
mean, they missed our conversation about mayonnaise.
Unfortunately, sorry.
Neither here nor there, right?
Before we get properly started here, though, Welched, thank you very much for the raid. Shenrir, thank you very much for the raid. Grumblefix, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Gaius Vigius, thank you for the follow. Knazzle and Lockminkle, thank you very much for the follows. And Evil by Moonlight, yes, I did see that you wanted me to drink some tea, and I did. I did a little tea drinking dance earlier, which is why I think Jimbo was looking at me a bit funny when I was doing that. And Arkmill, you also want one. There you go. And Warbird coming in with a 41-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support, Warbird.
Yes.
Also this, also that indeed. Okay, so it is now the following morning. Are you guys staying at the tavern?
I am.
Yeah, so your habitation is sorted. That's not a problem. The rest of you will need to pay usual prices for this place, which I really need to write down on these days.
Irilyssa
changing
will
prices.
offer to help out in the pub for free lodging.
Make a persuasion roll.
If,
What do you know
Elora
about?
will vouch for her.
And what do you know about serving?
She walks away. Not much, but I'm a quick learner.
He kind of
Plus,
frowns a
I'm
little
sure
bit.
Elora will vouch for me.
Once she gets back.
Oh man, don't put somebody on your resume without asking first.
Yeah.
How
Right,
about the,
Elora, you'll vouch for me.
What? Oh,
She's like, I've never seen this person before in my life.
well, she has transformed into a healthier person recently. I think that she could be spry at the taps.
The kind of
Damn.
statement they're like, why weren't they healthy? Did they try to steal stuff from here? Like from another workplace? Like what happened?
No, like she was ill.
I know.
I know.
that's some real high praise there. Tell you what, how about if you work tonight, we'll count that as half of your lodging.
A deal.
Laura's like, I don't know.
All right then. So ordinarily, or for everyone else, the price is 8 silver per night. For you, Irilyssa, it'll be 4. For you, Elora, it's free.
I mean, you could have just asked to stay in my room, Irilyssa.
You know what?
Wait.
She's doing other things. She needs a private room tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was something else I was going to say. Oh yes, Danica. Danica makes her excuses, goes back to her room, says, "I really need to get to work on this. Give me a day or two. Hopefully, I'll have everything translated by then. Come and find me here. I should still have lodging."
Good.
Cool.
Fare thee well, Danica.
And
Yeah. Stay safe.
thank you for everything you did. I'm sure I would not be speaking to you now if you hadn't. Thank you. Well, good night. And with that, she leaves.
Good night.
Is it 8 silver for one room?
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll say that you can get up to 4 people in a room.
Okay. Let me just go and take one there, 10 there, and that would be there.
Honestly, I've already paid for a room, so if anybody wants to stay in mine, that's fine.
Oh, okay. I was going to take it out of the group funds.
Oh, no, I already paid. I don't want to have to do the money again.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I will go up and casually mention that it's been a very busy night, and wonder if he has 4 platinum pieces that he's willing to swap out for more gold.
4 platinum? I'm sure I can do that, but that's asking for trouble if someone sees you throwing that around.
I'd rather have a few jingling platinum pieces than a lot of jingling gold.
And that's entirely fair. I'm sure we can make that happen. And yeah, he's able to get you 4 platinum with the usual exchange.
Excellent. Good. Yay! Now I have, let's see, like 15 coins instead of 50 coins. And then I'll head up to bed.
Whoops.
Okay. And the night passes uneventfully.
Yay!
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 Before Irilyssa goes to sleep, she's going to write a letter of I don't know what the word would be.
Discontent.
Strongly worded letter to her god.
Acceptance or allowance, an invitation to study at Candlekeep, and she's going to slide it under Danica's door.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Reference.
Yeah, reference.
Or is it not reference?
A reference would be the right word for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
a reference.
Nice.
That's valuable. It's like 10,000 gold usually. I mean, it's only reference,
Yeah.
admittedly, because you don't have the power
It's
save.
only a reference, though.
That
Yeah, you
counts.
start
Irylyssa's
selling
not
those.
like a big player there, so
It's not an acceptance letter, just a reference.
A reference from a Candlekeep scholar is still a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, you should have charged.
Assuming we can get out of Icewind.
Or anybody can ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
We will. Unless it gets too dark.
No, I can still see. It's fine.
Lucky.
Yep.
I could see what.
If the night goes by uneventfully,
Mhm.
and Elora will be looking for her snowshoes in the morning. From Zagrax.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that you guys have an opportunity to swap stories and get everything done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yep.
all of your chores were probably done by 7.
Oh, okay.
Except for you, Elora, who are probably working until about 1 a.m. And Irilyssa, actually, for that matter.
Yep.
Snowshoes ad.
And then another hour after that for the cleanup.
It's true. I hate restaurant work.
Well, I worked in a pub. I know it's like, you do about half as much work again after you've actually shut the doors.
Yep, I know.
Pain.
I know it.
But
Alright.
yes, otherwise it is now the next morning. And Irilyssa, you're about to make your way downstairs, having slept, albeit a short night. And Danica's door flies open. She comes charging towards you. And just like, thank you. Just throws you in a giant hug.
He just kind of pats her on the head. I hope that this can help you further your research.
I'm sure it will. This is incredible. Thank you so much. You've done so much for me. I really don't know how I can repay you. And again, you notice that some of what she says is vocalized and some isn't.
Danica,
Yes.
are we alone?
Yeah, I would say
right
you're
now?
alone right now, yeah. I mean, there's always a chance that someone will walk out their doors. You are just in, like, the corridor upstairs in the inn.
She'll go into a more hushed tone. I don't know if you've noticed, but some of what you're saying isn't being vocalized.
And her mouth moves a little bit. And then she just goes, I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. Must be a bit of a sore throat or something.
No. I can still hear what you're saying, as if you're talking normally.
Oh.
It's just some of your words stop.
Oh. She kind of backs away from you Okay. And that okay is in your head, not vocalized.
Oh,
Try thinking something to me. I
Nothing.
don't think that's... Well, that's hypothesis. Gone? Huh. I'm very peculiar.
I'm sure. She looked confused.
Well,
I wonder why.
another mystery to pile on.
Yes.
But anyway, you're welcome for the reference. I don't know how far that will get you in, or if it will even get you in the door. But it's worth a try.
One day, I am sure I'll make it to Candlekeep and the Sword Coast, and this means so much, even if it doesn't get me in. Thank you. She gives you a giant hug again, and this time again in your head you hear "thank you," and then she kind of pulls away from you for a moment. Even I heard that. And she again in your head, "Thank you," and this time her mouth doesn't move.
Huh.
That's
How
weird.
I'm interesting.
Next time we meet, you'll have to let me know.
I will add it to the things I need to look into. And with that, she kind of waves her hand, and a quill rises out from the belt next to her, and then a piece of parchment to the side of it, and the quill just starts writing something on the piece of parchment, and the parchment rolls up, goes back in her side, and the quill back into like a holster almost that she has for this quill.
yeah.
Great.
I could do that better.
Draw! Pigeon!
I could do that before. That's not new.
Quite useful.
I am a scholar.
As am I.
Excuse me. And then she kind of awkwardly turns and walks away. And again in your head you hear, "Thank you."
She kind of just like brushes off her front and straightens her little cape thing that she has. And, she goes downstairs.
Okay.
Right.
Off to kill a werebear.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes. Does anyone know? Do any of us know anything about were creatures?
Tahko already rolled, and he's the most likely to know about them. No.
I'm a cleric of Saloon.
That is true. Yeah, okay. You persuaded me. Roll nature.
Well played.
Probably read something somewhere, right?
Nope.
Well,
Well, they're not a goat.
Goat.
I
That's
know
a goat.
Another variety
You
of
know
goat.
only, like, Saloonite doctrine about that. There are generally accepted to be two types of lycanthropes. Good ones and bad ones. You hate the bad ones, you like the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
impressive.
That's what I'll say.
Well, hopefully that's a bad one.
Well, I don't think my goddess would instruct me to destroy it if it's a good one.
That's a good point.
Lucky you.
Yes. I've been meaning to talk to you, Tahko, about something you said. About if your goddess would be so willing to abandon you, you should abandon them. And
Yes.
I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could think that way.
Why?
Because my goddess has always been there for me, a guide.
Until recently.
Yes, but that was my choice. I made a wrong decision.
I don't think you did. I would still give you my magic powers.
If it were only that simple.
If only I had them.
Wow. Which brings me to my next point. Zagrax, do you think you could show me some pointers on weapon fighting? I usually rely on my magic more than my mace.
Sure.
I
Been a while
appreciate
since
it.
I've taught anybody.
Do you have
Do you have a weapon? Or would you need to
I
get
have,
one?
I have a mace and a shield.
Easiest thing to teach. Hit him with a stick.
It's not a quarterstaff. It's a mace.
That's what I have.
Same difference.
You hold it by the ball
My
part
mace
and you
is
hit them with the
spikes
stick.
on the end.
Yeah, you hold it by the spike part and hit them with the stick part. That's what he's saying.
Ah! That's what I've been doing wrong.
No.
sideways glance at Tahko of like, come on now, she's completely hopeless. Don't get her going in the wrong direction.
Oh no.
Kind of winks at Tahko.
I've seen her attack with that before.
Yeah.
Tahko.
Was it any good?
Looks pretty good.
When you're bashing somebody's, skull in, yeah, I guess it looked like it worked.
Is fair.
They weren't happy about it.
So I guess that when we have downtime, Zagrax will give pointers on basic combat theory to Irilyssa and weapon fighting with sword or mace and shield, which is pretty straightforward. Bonk 'em. Bonk 'em real good.
Or just the full range of weapon usage.
Yeah. So
like
here we have
how
a
to
great
bonk.
sword. Just pulls a great sword out of nowhere.
Well, you're teaching weapon theory, not
Like they just reach
I
down
know.
and pull up from a pile of snow.
Yep.
You're just like, yeah, I've got these set up all over the tundra. I know every spot.
I knew this day was coming, and so I've planted supply drops all along the way.
Perfect.
Now I really want to play a divination wizard who just does that.
There you go.
I mean, how cool a power to be just to reach in the snow and pull out any weapon you ever needed.
Yeah,
Isn't that
Hexblade.
what ice weapon?
Yeah. Should we get on our way then?
Yes.
Maybe.
I didn't hear you, Gareth, if you mentioned, but how much are rations here?
8 silver each.
Per day. Yeah.
And yes, those prices are pretty heavily inflated because food shortages.
I assume that's everywhere, right?
Yeah, and say, hey, if you start with an explorer's pack, hopefully you still got those rations.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of the nice things about being in the towns. You just rely on being in taverns
Just
and inns
eat
and things.
Yeah.
Pain. Wherever rations are sold, I shall buy Juan.
Okay.
Just one?
I've
Just a
got
single
2 on me
ration?
already. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll save you a single day.
I mean, you can pick them up from the general store again. That's not a problem.
I mean, I've got 10 days worth of rations, but okay.
Hey, me too. High five.
Yeah, I don't.
High five.
Hold on. 8. The math doesn't check out. Easy does it. Damn. No, we'll do 2.
I mean, if you want it to be a gold each, just to make it easy, then that can be arranged.
Ah, no.
Yeah.
What a generous DM.
Okay,
You
so
gotta get that economy going.
Yeah, right?
While Zagrax is trying to work out how much money he has left, what are you guys doing?
Leaving
Still
Zagrax
screaming.
behind.
Yeah.
Shush.
We gotta walk
Okay.
out, and Zagrax is like, oh man, I gotta buy some food. Be right back. And we're just like, oh
Hey,
okay.
catch up with us.
Well,
I would have grabbed it yesterday. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll actually,
Okay.
I'll grab like a flask of mead.
Okay.
Hit.
For the road.
You're paying extra and it's watered down now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to see if I can get. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little bit of a barrel that's like not as watered down. Maybe one that hasn't been fully cracked
It's
open
been
yet.
tapped.
We'll
Yeah,
say it's
I
like
don't know.
2 silver for a mead.
Sure. Cool. It's a good thing to have on you. So.
I mean, we still have a cup. It costs 2 silver to get us endless mead. So
Oh, that's right. We could just dip it into this one here, and they can't say a thing. We already bought it in good mead. It's got like the free refills, like good mead carved on the side.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let me just
I
say,
was
you
playing
can
a different
certainly
character.
try.
Oh, if I was playing a different character, I would. You know.
you probably have to buy a new mug every year. Like it comes in a different color.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the breweries do that around Michigan.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll go and they'll keep it in at least the brewery across the street here. They'll go and you'll buy the mug, but they'll keep it in at the brewery, and so when you go in, they'll hand it to you.
Yeah.
Do they
That's
clean it at
cool.
least?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, they clean it.
You
All
can
right.
steal mug.
Nope, they don't clean it, especially now.
Never. Cleaning? What's that?
Actually, Irilyssa, I'm
does
just going to
that?
have a quick word with you. Alright, just moving ahead a little bit. As you're leaving the town, you again feel a presence. It's a lot less strong, a lot less sure than it usually is, but you feel a presence again. And a voice in your ear just goes, "Even in the gloom, I am with you." And you now have access to all of your cleric spells. Not the domain powers, not the domain spells, but cleric stuff you get.
Okay.
Yep.
So I can turn undead, but not do my Twilight Sanctuary.
Correct. And you don't have
Okay.
the headlight beam eyes.
Okay. Good.
Cool. We're back.
Hello.
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 I'm surprised they aren't selling fermented fish.
That's
No,
probably
the
what the
fish is
ration
fresh.
was.
Only fresh fish.
Ugh.
It's a replacement for alcohol.
Okay.
I don't know what was said, but
Yep. We'll go ahead and
in
part
chat, creep. That would give you a restraining order if somebody whispered that to you in the dark.
I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Time to leave the town.
Don't tell us though.
Hmm.
No, it's secret.
That's
for
just
me.
funny, though.
Mhm.
Alright. So, you leave town. Direction, where are you going?
West.
Argos.
Targos. Alright.
Argos.
So you head off to Targos. I'm going to need a survival check and a perception check for the navigator and the scoot.
Oh, right. Let's
Oh no, we're gonna get
see how
lost.
this goes today.
You know, I
One
started
one.
at 20,
No,
and my
this-
rolls have getting worse ever since.
We're not
I was
getting
going to
lost.
say, this
we're
is the
getting
side I'm
attacked.
most familiar with traveling all the time. So
You are able to make it to Targos pretty quickly. Tahko, you do again see like grey clouds in the sky, and you think might start snowing soon, possibly. And Vulwin, you're able to get there in like an hour and 45 minutes, so ahead of schedule.
yay.
Wonderful.
So if you left at say 9, you're probably there 10:45 or so.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's still before midday.
Skipping a hop.
Huzzah.
All right.
And the town of Targos. Let's go and flip over to Targos so I can tell you what you see.
Huzzah!
Seeing as
New
it's your
town!
First visit.
Everyone turn to page 34 in your booklets now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please follow along.
Where's Targos?
If you look to your left, you'll see... Oh, it's
I'm just
tiny.
imagining
dark.
it's like the scene in Mulan where they come up on that village that's completely trashed.
Great.
No, that's East Haven.
Oh,
Hey, they only stole a statue, a broken statue that they stole.
Ooh, this one's pretty.
Hey!
they broke a statue and stole the pieces.
Yeah, they sure did.
Alright, bear with me just a second as I get all the hidden labels and things showing up.
Sure.
It's like a yin yang.
It really is.
It is actually.
Man, the
that
way that
wall-
Roll20 does their layering system is so annoying.
The wall through the water must have been really hard to build.
I mean, the water isn't always ice.
I mean, yeah, but it's not like there's a low tide that you can build on. Yeah, I figured
So
a giant
too.
wall like that would just sink. Because this isn't a coastal region. This is just a lake.
So they just sank stones.
A lot of stones.
Yeah.
How deep
Yep.
do you think that is, Jimbo? It looks like a little bay.
Well, and even if they hit the ground, they're still going to keep sinking into the wet earth. That's how. Never mind.
You keep
Don't
doing it
worry.
until they don't sink.
Yeah.
I won't
Okay.
get into the details of wet ground
Jimbo,
with you.
it's a world of magic. Stop questioning how walls work.
Hey, these are magic walls. They're magic
True.
illusion walls. They don't actually exist. You can just walk
Magic.
through them.
That's magic
Also
mud.
true.
So as you approach Targos, this one is somewhat similar to Bryn Shander in that it is the only other of the 10 towns which is walled. This one has a wooden palisade type structure, but there are like a platform behind the wall so that guards can stand on it, and you do see a couple of heads peering over the parapet looking at you, and every couple of 100 feet there is a watchtower with again a guard looking out into it. The Targos walls are interesting because they do indeed go out into the water, and you can see that there is a thick stone scree below where the walls are, and this forms a harbour. And those of you who are native to Icewind Dale know that Targos is like the main fishing hub. It has by far and away the biggest of the fishing fleets in the 10 towns. So whereas many of the other towns are based on fishing and rely on fishing heavily, Targos is like the main fishing hub. Ordinarily, you would expect Mayor Dualden to be brimming with vessels coming and going from Targos, but as you see right now, there are very few. There are still a couple out there. They have made a attempt to do some ice breaking, so there is like a channel that runs in and out of the town into the lake proper, and you can see vessels out there, but a very large portion of the fishing fleet is grounded and iced.
I see.
Neat.
Okay.
And that is what you know of this place. Otherwise, it is like on a flatland. So whereas Bryn Shander is built on a hill and you can kind of see it from miles around, you see the lights up on the hill. This one's just in flat and kind of flows into the lake itself.
Okay.
So you see like the palisade. And those of you who've been here before know that it's like the fishing place, but it's difficult to see in otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the place.
For fish.
Yeah, done a lot of good fishing here.
And as you approach the gate, you are stopped by a guard. The gates are open, but there is a man stationed at the entry, and you can see 2 or 3 other faces up above. Ho there, wanderers. What brings you to Targos?
Our Dragonborn friend here received an invitation.
From who?
Not 100% sure. I was told that there was a group of Dragonborn who were looking to talk with me.
And the guard kind
Also,
of thinks for a moment.
okay.
Not that I've heard.
Well, we are also here to join the party in slaying the werebear.
Ah, you're hunters. Why don't you just lead with that?
Well, they talked before I could speak up.
Should let this one talk more often.
Yep.
She's got her head on her shoulders, even if the hair is a bit bright.
Yeah.
She's like, don't look at it.
And with another kind of glance over you all, he steps aside. Welcome to Targos.
Good to be back.
Thank you.
And as you enter the town, this town is built relatively tall. So most of the buildings in the city itself have 3-4 stories. Most of the buildings, the upper stories overlap the downstairs ones. So as you're walking down the streets, there's like a canopy of architecture that goes up over your head. And as you're walking down the street, every now and then you do have to kind of step carefully as somebody throws a bucket of something unspeakable into the street. And like, this city stinks. There's filth everywhere, just running freely down the streets. There is like a little gutter, but it's clogged up with the snow and the sleet because of the season. And now that you're approaching, there is definitely a horrible musk of rotting fish, seawater, and filth.
Oh.
Lovely.
Well, half of that's bearable.
Good to be back, huh?
Irilyssa covers her nose with her sleeve.
Yeah, it's a nice place, but it's seen better times.
This is always this
What's that?
scented.
What did you say? Sorry.
It's always this scented.
Oh, that's not that bad. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know when the last time you actually breathed through your nose was. So.
That was great. That's movie.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
You really gotta see a doctor sometime, Vulwin.
I'm getting by just fine.
Do that?
I don't know. You get by just fine. Don't know what you're talking about.
I guess you should go find the group, right?
That's funny.
As you trudge through the town, snow crunching underneath your feet, you hear the bark of a dog over the whistle of the wind. A wolf-sized sled dog with light grey fur runs towards you, dragging a broken leather harness behind it.
Oh, doggy!
Roll initiative. Hey, that's I'm just playing to how our group is perceived, right?
Yeah.
No.
Dog killer.
I'll attempt to grab the dog's.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't approached that close yet, so he runs up to you, then probably 5-10 feet away. He hunkers down, head down, he kind of whimpers a bit, and then he backs away and then starts running the other way, and then looks back
what's
towards
wrong?
you.
Shall follow the dog!
Yeah.
Timmy's in the well!
Where do you want us to go?
Timmy's in the well! We must save Timmy!
Okay, so you follow
Timmy's
the...
time has come.
God, Tahko.
So you follow the dog, which leads to the front door of a modest dwelling. The dog barks and then scratches at the door. Ruff, ruff. And jumps up again, starts scratching at the door. And
Were you just let out?
Is that your home?
I'll knock loudly on the door.
okay. 20 seconds or so later, the door eventually opens, and there is a handsome man in his 30s opening the door, and the dog races inside between his legs.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to the dog, the ropes tied to the dog.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, I don't want the dog to just belt off somewhere again or trample anybody, considering how big it is.
So when the doors opened, the man had a big beaming smile on you. Ah! Oh, I was expecting someone else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is this your dog?
He's my husband's, actually.
Oh,
And, it's a little bit worrying if he's come alone. Garrett would never let him just go on its own.
that's too bad.
Yeah, we just found him running through the streets.
Rather
Hey,
he found us.
Yeah. Hey, could you show us where your owner is?
My owner.
No, Vulwin's like, no, hold on. He crouches down a bit more, like clearly, like this time, like talking to the dog.
Okay, I understand. And the dog kind of looks at you, whines a little bit, and then nips at the man's boots. Playfully.
Oh.
And kind of nudges it.
That it's a dog. They don't speak.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Okay. Just double checking.
This is definitely, boy, he's one of the sled dogs that my husband uses when he's out in the wilderness.
Why does your husband go out into the wilderness?
He is a guide.
I see.
And where was he heading last?
A few days ago, he was hired by some adventurers to lead them up the slopes of Kelvin's Cairn, the giant mountain over there, and he kind of gestures to the giant mountain which dominates the plains of Icewind.
Ah.
Oh, that's not good.
He took 6 dogs and a sled with him, and boy here was Garrett's favourite. Raised him from a pup. Would never leave his side unless something bad happened.
Oh dear.
Well, it's a good thing he's back here. That we know something's up.
I hate to ask this of you as we've just met, but you are armed and armoured. I would assume capable. Would you be willing to try and find him?
Well, I mean, what was his name?
Garrett.
Garrett.
Gareth. Gotcha.
Garrett. Garrett.
Yes, I would be willing to go and look for him.
Yes.
I'm a poor man. I'm afraid I don't have much to offer you, but I am a good friend of the local tavern keeper. I'm sure he could provide accommodation should you need it. Although it's just before midday, so you probably don't need it right now.
Yes.
Wow.
He is a very good guide. The wilderness is his home, really. He never really took to the city life like I did. But this definitely has me a little shaken up. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mort, have I actually heard about him? I've been around this town before, and mostly around like the fishing areas.
You might have in that case. Roll me. What would this be? Charisma.
Just charisma.
Just straight up charisma.
Right. Let's see. Got
No,
6.
Ooh, yeah, we're nailing it.
I don't think he's been around. I don't think he's been around the docks very often.
No, because he's not like a lake guide. He's a wilderness guide. So no, you have not heard of him. But you do know that there are various people throughout Icewind Dale whose profession is wilderness guide. So
yeah. Well, if this is if you say he's a wilderness guide, that's a pretty important thing to have around.
Yes, and if we're going out into the wilderness anyway, we should look for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
he was hired by a group of adventurers who... it's a strange old story, but they said they were searching for a werebear or something.
How long ago was this?
About 2 weeks ago they left.
Oh boy.
Very well, thank you. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I doubt they would have gone directly. In fact, let's go to the map so you can see what we're talking about here.
Okay.
Welcome to the map of Icewind Dale.
So you are currently in Targos. Kelvin's Cairn's up there by Caer Koning. And Garrett says that... Sorry, not Garrett. This is not Garrett. He introduces himself. His name is Keegan.
Keegan, okay.
Okay.
He says that he would usually lead groups via Caer Koning and then tackle the mountain from the southeastern side.
Oh.
Eastern. Okay.
You can go across the tundra. It's a lot more dangerous. It is quicker if you're properly equipped, especially if you have a sled, but it's safer to go via Kerkoning.
I see.
Okay.
It is some travel.
That's pretty impressive that a dog made their way all the way back.
Well, it's a sled dog.
A
They're
blink
known for
dog.
running long distances.
That's true.
And it wasn't pulling any sled, as we can see.
That's also true.
All right.
With all the
Do our
dangers around
best.
here. Yeah.
Why were the people meeting here to kill a werebear if it's not? It's over there.
Well, maybe they didn't know.
It's a popular place. It would be just as meeting in Bryn Shander.
It's true.
No, this is the second town of the 10 towns. Yeah, I mean, it's arguable between Targus and East Haven. They're both pretty big.
Okay. Well then,
Did all the towns and stuff get moved? They look like they're off center of where they
Yeah,
should be.
I noticed that.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know.
They totally did.
Oh, yeah,
like,
they did.
why is
They got
why is
shifted up because
Targon-
Bryn Shander was on the hill.
Yeah, East Haven's in the water now.
There we go. That makes a lot more sense.
Hey,
oh,
that's better.
yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
gonna go out
the
of the-
map that got moved.
The map mode, so I don't do that anymore. I was looking at it like, what the hell is East Haven doing out there? Like, it doesn't have a
Yeah.
harbour like Targos does.
Sudden glacial shift just happened here. Hold on,
Yeah.
everyone.
Roll
Witness the true power of Oril.
The map just starts like shaking up and down.
That actually kind of hurt my head watching that happen.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Ships aren't supposed to move like this.
So
Right.
if we're supposed
That's
to go
not
to
what I
that
wanted.
Carrick and go from there, it's a bit of a long travel.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
that's a long travel.
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
So,
Plus, we've already been to Caer Dineval, and we were not warmly welcomed there.
no.
No. That's
Well,
all right,
we
though.
do have a
Nothing
place that
different.
I bet that in though.
You can refill on stew. Does your husband have another sled, by chance?
I'm afraid not. We only needed the one. He's the guide. I'm Scrimshander by trade. I stay here in town.
That's all right.
Was your husband wearing anything? Like a
What does he look
signature
like?
item, like a red scarf or something like that. No,
Furs. Lots and lots of furs.
I said something unique.
The only thing I can think of is that he liked to make base camp on the southeastern slopes. That's,
Okay.
I guess, where I would start, if he made it that far.
Okay.
And do you know which route he took to get there? Was it through the east way?
Yes, almost certainly that was definitely his favoured path. There are other guides in Caer Koning who may be able to assist you in this. I know he
I
wasn't
see.
the only one.
Very well.
Or they endeavor.
I'm very sorry to drop this on your shoulders like this, but who else would I turn to? Boy's clearly taken a liking to you, and at this, like the dog's running around Vulwin's legs at this point.
Aw.
Yeah, I'll reach out and kind of try to pat him, but he keeps like moving out of the way.
Yeah.
So it's just turned into play at this point.
No pet. What? No pet.
Would it be
Well-
a good idea to take the dog as well?
You are
Would you
welcome to.
allow
He
it?
may be able to lead you there. Anything which can help you in this, I'm willing to do.
That's not a bad point. But since we literally came here to find werebears, maybe we should go there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I did hear that there was a bit of a ruckus about hunters gathering. I'm surprised as they left 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yes.
That is a
it's
bit
kind of
strange.
But if you're saying they went to Caer Konig to search for them, or to Kelvin's cairn, I don't know. Maybe we should hear out what they have to say in Targos too
It wouldn't hurt.
about the werebears.
Maybe. But thank you. We'll handle it from here then, I suppose.
Thank you so much. I can't believe I'm asking complete strangers to do this, but I am no outdoorsman. I'd be hopeless out there.
Well, we're not complete strangers. This is Zagrax. He brought us all together. Now you have a name.
Zagrax.
Bryn Shander.
A pleasure. I am Keegan.
I'm
Ju-
Irilyssa. Try not to worry too much. We'll do our best to find your husband.
That may be
Yes.
difficult.
Perhaps. But we will try.
Yes.
I will pray to Sylvanus for your success.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
We're on decent terms with that god.
Yes.
And with
Well,
like
four
you
of us
saying
are.
that, he smiles for like the first time. Up until now, he's been pretty reserved and pretty awkward. But that's like the first time you've kind of seen a bit of a slight hint of a smile since he opened the door.
Well, we'll let you retain the heat in your home. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Where are my manners? Would you like something to eat or drink? It's the least I can offer.
Oh,
We're fine. Thank you.
yeah, I think we're okay for now. Thank you, though.
And thank you. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah,
stand there
that doesn't
awkwardly staring at each other for a moment.
No, I was gonna say, is there a
Roland just leans forward and closes the door. It's just like,
Close the door on them.
no. That would be the best, though, right?
that would be funny. Is there
Before we leave, do you happen to have a leash for a dog?
Oh, yes, of course. And he hurries inside and you hear a bit of like scrounging around. He eventually comes back with a leash for Boy.
Boy? Okay.
And he
boy?
clips it to the collar and then hands you the other end.
All right.
Irilyssa takes it and hands it to Vulwin.
Oh, okay. Well, sure.
And Keegan kind of kneels down, strokes Boy's head and is like, go find Garrett, please. And stands up again. The dog just licks his hand.
Just does that, like, head turn, like, what?
Yeah.
You talking to me?
I heard Garrett. Garrett is good.
Yeah. So, where to exactly? Do you know where they were going to meet and talk about things about the werebear, were creature?
Are you
don't
asking
know.
Keegan or are you talking amongst yourselves?
No, I figured we turned and we started to like walk
Yeah,
away at
okay.
this point.
As you walk away, you do hear the as the door shuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could try Town Hall or the tavern.
I mean, we already have a bit of a lead on where the werebear might be compared to everybody else.
That's true.
Yeah.
We do probably want to meet up with the Dragonborn.
If they're here.
Yeah, the fact that the guard did not seem like he had seen a group of Dragonborn come through. Like I said, they're rare but not uncommon, but a group of multiple Dragonborn, us traveling as a party is strange enough, but a group of about 4 or 5 Dragonborn traveling together, especially some of the more exotic colors.
Well, you said that they were red ones, correct?
It was a mixture.
From what it said, there was a black, possibly 2 reds and a green.
Well, I don't know exactly which ones are which, but from the sound of it, they may have simply been large bundles of fur waddling this way with their arms stuck out.
That is a fair possibility for at least the red ones.
Honestly,
So as
the
we-
red one trying to tease.
As we learned with that other one, they don't take too kindly to the cold.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not have even known they were dragonborn at all.
It is true.
That's a good point. You could check around.
We might as well hit the tavern in the town hall just to see if anybody's got any information on not only Garrett but anybody else or anything else that's going on around here. And
And the werebear.
Let's move you back
Yeah.
to
And-
Targos.
And mention to no one what the group that Garrett was associating with, what their goal was. We don't want anyone else
Correct.
stealing our lead.
Well, yeah, maybe we could find out. Maybe somebody already knows.
Yeah.
agreed. We'll go at it from a werebear hunting angle.
Yeah, Vulwin's gonna look over at the dog that he's now in charge of with the
Yeah, your dog now.
yeah, it's like boy, was it?
Ruff!
Yeah. Well, we're gonna help you find Garrett, and you help us, we'll help you. We got a few things to do, but don't go running off on your own. Yeah, that's a good boy. Yeah.
He doesn't run off. He just kind of runs
Yeah.
around your legs a bit and then looks up at you, breathing heavily. Panting.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to
Okay,
say.
that's good. Yep.
I think that means he likes you, Vulwin.
You can tell.
Ah. Dogs are
Vulwin kind of
generally-
looks at you like it's like a kind of a knowing face.
Yes, I know many things about many animals.
Including polar bears.
Yep.
Goat.
The polar goat. Yep.
Hopefully this dog didn't have to eat the corpse of his owner to stay alive.
Oh boy.
I doubt he'd be so happy if that were the case.
I'm very glad you didn't say that in front of his husband.
Yes,
know.
I'm glad you didn't either. Oh boy.
I'm not entirely without tact.
You didn't eat Garrett, did you, boy?
Arf.
Sorry, I was playing around with the map. Triglio should be there as well. Vulwin, you would know that Triglio is a general store. Sorry, that's the only thing. I was
Triglio.
totally not listening. What was that?
What? Oh no no! Oh no! So you did eat Garrett, did you, boy? Because who was it? Was it Irilyssa? Do you know said that, or was it Tahko that said that? Might be the case.
The dog don't have to eat his owner to stay alive. Yeah.
He barks and then whimpers a little bit and then kind of makes a gesture towards the exit.
Oh, well,
Sounds like no.
yeah. It looks like he's going to go for another bite.
Oh my
Where's
gosh.
Rob to poop?
No, this dog didn't eat his owner.
Okay.
What's that, boy? Gareth fell down the well.
Four course meal. What do you mean?
Rough.
I don't understand.
Oh man, brutal.
I will follow Zagrax wherever he goes.
I will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
why am I
it's-
leading? Anywho,
You got us
I-
together to begin with.
I know. To the town hall we go.
Yay!
Just to see what's up.
Okay, heading to the town hall.
What's up?
What's that?
This thing doesn't say anything about the town hall.
Oh
Sweet,
no!
there's nothing there.
Never expected to go there.
There is
Why would
no
we ever
town
go to
hall.
the town hall?
It
No, there
doesn't
would be.
exist.
We'll go to wherever.
Actually, no. Yeah,
everyone's
you go to the
gathering.
town hall, and the doorway is boarded up. and there's just a plank nailed in front of it with white paint, which just says, if you need to see the speaker, go to the Luskan Arms.
Okay. Guess we gotta go there.
Okay.
To whatever that building is.
Okay, so you
Assume
head
it's
over
the tavern.
to the Luskan Arms, and it is indeed the tavern. This one stands a little bit aside from the other buildings. It doesn't have the same kind of everything crowding over it, though it is built in the same style. It has the multiple stories, and each story gets wider the higher it goes, so everything seems to be overlapping the ground. It's a pretty big structure. It looks like one of the oldest in the town. It's made out of wood, which has been whitewashed. And,
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. And it has like timber framing, which is painted black.
Okay.
And
Quite
as
striking.
yeah, I mean, a lot of the buildings around here are kind of that style, but this one like looks well upholstered, well cared for, even though it is clearly a bit older. Prosperous.
Okay.
It looks prosperous.
Okay.
For better or worse.
With that pause, I was thinking you're going to say flesh.
It's made of flesh.
All right, we'll enter.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a bit of hubbub from various patrons. The lights are a little bit lower in here, and as you enter, most of the people do kind of look over, drinks paused in front of their faces, look you up and down, and slowly get back into their conversations and things, and noise starts to bubble up again. And Tahko, can you roll me a perception?
Sure. Oh,
And Vulwin as well. Tahko and Vulwin.
oh, good. I rolled a 5.
Perception, that's a roll.
Taco,
Got
do you notice the sky killer
Right.
or whatever the
no.
frick they're called? Sky tree or whatever.
16.
Icebreaker was
Okay,
You
so
walk
Tahko-
in there and we see those guys.
Tahko, you're too busy like eyeing up all of the patrons who are also eyeing you up. Vulwin, you do notice at the far end of the building, somebody seems to have rushed upstairs.
Could I make out any details of someone who rushed upstairs?
And I just saw, like, as you entered, you caught a glance of somebody, like, eyeing you up very quickly, and then they dart away, turn and dart away.
I'll lean over to Zagrax and, I don't know about you, but I just noticed somebody noticing us and just darted upstairs. We might be unwanted company. Someone might know us.
Gotcha. I'll keep on the defensive then.
And then I'll go walk up to the barkeep.
Okay.
Who would not want us?
So, the bar is kept by...
Scram Sacks Jr.
Scram sacks.
No,
Tahko, you got any enemies here?
this one's got a
Ramsack's the-
normal name. He is a quiet, balding man who kind of looks a bit dour as you approach, like, what can I get you?
Mm.
Is your alcohol any less watered down than it is in Bryn Shander?
It's a bit saltier.
That's a feature I want in my alcohol.
Well,
Why
we
not?
got some. He kind of
Yeah.
reaches down, like pulls out a bottle.
Take a glass of that and have a chat about the werebear business that seems to be afoot in this town.
Oh, another of them, are you? And with that, he
Possibly.
kind of turns around, starts fixing a drink. But as he's doing that, you do hear a commotion from the other end of the tavern as a gentleman comes striding downstairs. He's got a blue tunic on with like a cowl over the top, which has got a bit of a fur rim poking out. And he approaches, arms spread out. Ah! Visitors! Welcome to the Luskan Arms. Owen, come on, get them what they want. We've got some lauded company amongst us today. Welcome. My name is Nerth, and I am the speaker of Targos.
Ah,
Wait, what did you say his name was?
Nerth. Naerth.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
No,
wait, I just thought of something. This guy says that the alcohol has more salt with it, right? Is he serving margaritas?
No.
Okay.
we're in the north. There are no lines.
They're meateritas. There you go.
Meter
Margaritas.
Meteoritas. Nice. I like it.
I don't know if I'd try that,
My head.
Now with more fish.
Oh,
Scrimshaw.
God.
It's a Shrouderita. They just put a fish in a glass full of gin.
Isn't that just a martini?
By one name or the other.
Oh, dear God.
I don't know what else is in a margarita.
I have no idea.
And with a bit of a dour glance, Owen, the named barkeep, gets the drinks and puts them up on the counter. And he looks to be tallying something in his head. And Nerth just goes, no, for our friends, these are on me.
Thank you, friend.
Why don't you join me? I'm always keen to hear information and stories and rumours and tales of travel and woe that are, of course, falling upon our glorious 10 kingdoms. 10 towns.
10 kingdoms.
One day.
By the way, I want to mention, I think I tied the snow dog up outside.
Okay.
Because I don't know about bringing him into an establishment like this.
Did you?
You could probably just bring him in.
Could probably, but I don't know. I don't know about this place yet. Also, they would probably know this dog.
Yeah, they might.
It's possible.
I mean, we're trying to keep it on the down low.
I mean, I don't go to places with my dog too often. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't go places too often now, anyway.
Yeah, right. I'll just tell Boy to bark a lot if somebody tries to steal him or something.
yeah.
Hysterical barking ensues. No.
Yeah.
He just kind of falls on his back and wiggles a little bit in the snow before getting up and then panting a bit more.
Yeah, probably loves it out there, to be honest.
Yeah.
They generally do.
We'll turn that. I'll thank the speaker for drinks, and I guess we'll start following him to a table. I assume wherever he's gesturing for us to go.
Yeah, and there is not exactly. It's kind of like a booth. It's a little bit raised from the rest of the tavern. It has a pair of curtains out in front of it, which are currently tied back, and sitting there for the first time that you've noticed is a tiefling who is armored completely in plate armor.
Wow.
His metal glints a little bit off of one of the candles, which kind of says, there's a dude over there. And he makes his way over to where the tiefling is sitting. He kind of sits back a little bit as Nerth and you guys approach. And as you cross the tavern floor, he goes, careful. A little bit of the floor there needs to be replaced. Owen, thought we were going to... It's rotting. Come on. And then he turns around and continues.
Okay.
Okay, I just typed in chat, but when we're turning to leave, I'll toss a silver to the barkeep anyway, even though he said the drinks are on the speaker.
And it goes clink and then disappears.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I don't want to owe him.
Clink. Like, this guy doesn't look like he moves very fast, but as soon as those coins appear on the counter, they are gone.
Tiefling. Yes.
Please,
Okay.
do not be alarmed by my companion here. He's just the bodyguard, speakers, important political positions. They need protection from time to time. Please, you're my guest.
Absolutely. We have one of our own. I'll gesture down to our smallest person.
What?
Bodyguard or speaker?
Yes, she can lift a polar bear over her head.
You must be the mighty Tahko I've heard of then, he says, gesturing to Elora.
Oh, yes, I am the mighty Tahko. She
That-
like laughs and says, "No, that's that guy."
I was gonna say, Elora says that, and Zagrax totally just bursts out laughing, like, yeah, Elora,
Oh,
the
my
mighty
name is
Tahko.
Elora. Nice to meet you.
I was gonna say, between the fact that he said the mighty Tahko and the fact that Elora said it, Zagrax is just beside himself.
Right.
The mighty Tahko. Should have seen him get slammed in the ground. That was pretty good.
Oh yes, you'll have to tell me what happened. How did he get slammed?
It's
Oh.
not worth discussing.
Well,
There was
a fight, and they weren't using armor, just fists, and he got picked up and dropped on his head, and he broke his neck, and then I fixed it.
You
that's
fixed it,
not
then you must be Irilyssa?
Yes. But how do you know us?
I have friends. They talk to me from time to time.
Did these friends know us then?
You've been making a bit of a name for yourselves among the people of the 10 towns, and I make it my business to know those names.
I see.
We were in Goodmead for a while, so I'm a little surprised.
Yes.
He just smiles. Then you must be... let me see. Vulwin? He says, pointing at you, Vulwin.
Yeah.
Zagrax? Formerly a town guard of Bryn Shander. And you must be Elora.
Yep, that's me.
The Mighty.
The Mighty.
Well, if
I don't know
Tahko is
about
not going to have the moniker The Mighty, then somebody in your party may as well.
I might as well. The Mighty, and she'll like strike a silly pose.
I approve. It gives you a bit of a... Now please, what tales of the 10 towns? I'm always eager for a little bit of conversation from those new to the area.
Well,
Goodmead is safe.
yes, we spent a lot of time in Goodmead and helped elect a new mayor, or whatever they called it here.
Oh, yeah. We helped election not go to a bloodshed, so.
Ah,
Yes, we prevented bloodshed from happening in the
and to
town.
have a new colleague then. Excellent.
Yeah.
And who was elected?
Her name is Olivessa. She has a good head on her shoulders.
Please
The
to hear
prior
that.
speaker was slaughtered. And we
Slaughtered.
avenged- Yes.
Yes, he was killed in a an ambush to the tavern by giants. I don't know what they were, but we slayed them to avenge his name.
We slayed 3 giant kin.
And as
a
you
bear.
as you say an ambush on the tavern, he kind of glances at his tiefling companion. He's already kind of like half risen, like checking the door, and just settles back down again.
Yeah, they were going for the mead.
It was at night.
I guess we're safe during the day. 3 giant kin, you say? That is no mean feat.
It was 2 and their bear, but the bear was very, very big.
There was also the one that called himself Friend.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't know if that was a giantkin. He looked kind of funny.
He wasn't a giant, but he was giant kin.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, killed more guard. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrible tragedy.
And
Yeah.
you will.
we wouldn't have had to do anything if they had attacked us.
That is always the right of the defender. 10 towns are a dangerous place, particularly at the moment during the blasted winter we're having to muddle through.
Yeah. That's true.
We do what we must to survive.
Yes.
Yeah. We're actually trying to figure out a way to put an end to the winter.
I am pleased that we have such a stalwart band who are working on that, and if there is anything I can do to assist, then please do just let me know. As I hope that I have suggested, I do have a couple of contacts here and there who may be able to provide some news and rumour from time to time.
Excellent. Excellent.
And what brings yourselves to Targos?
2 things. Our friend here was invited to a meeting of other dragonkin, or dragonborn, and also there seems to be some kind of competition stirring regarding
A hunt.
werebear that has struck our fancy.
Ah, and because of your bear slaying capabilities, you decided to join in on that, I guess. Worthy practice?
At the very least, take a look.
Yeah, we're weighing the possibility.
Sounds entirely reasonable. These dragonkin, dragonborn, what exactly was their business here?
I do not know. I just one of my friends in the guard mentioned when we came back into Bryn Shander that there was a group of dragonborn looking to talk to me. He did mention that they were going to be heading this way. The guard at the gate didn't seem to have any idea of a group of dragonborn that had come by.
And with that, he glances again towards the tiefling, and barely perceptible, in fact only probably Irilyssa, Tahko and Vulwin would notice this. He just gives a quick shake of his head. I'm afraid I don't have any more news about those companions either. We will, of course, keep an eye out.
Good.
Where did... So, you said the barely perceptible. In which direction did he kind of, like, nod?
He glanced at the tiefling. The tiefling was like...
Was it the tiefling?
Yeah, it was the tiefling. So
Okay.
he was looking at the tiefling,
So make
basically,
sure.
for confirmation. The tiefling was
Yeah.
like, shook his head.
real subtle, like.
Well, it wasn't so much subtle, it was just small, like very quick gestures.
Yeah, more of the, if you weren't looking right at him, you wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
I also heard that there was an attack on East Haven quite recently.
Yes, we'd heard some scattered reports of that, but nothing concrete. Do you have any news on what exactly occurred there? Is my good friend the speaker still well?
We haven't heard anything one way or the other, just the rumors that have been traveling.
I see.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was attacked. At least that we heard.
No,
I
there were
heard they
several
killed a few
dead,
guards.
actually, Vulwin.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. I actually forgot that it was the guards. Yep.
Yeah. But they didn't loot anything other than a statue?
Which they broke into pieces and took.
That's
Yes.
stole the pieces.
Oh, interesting. I'd heard that something was pilfered, something of value, but nothing more than that, so that is indeed interesting, and I thank you for it.
Supposedly a dark crystal.
Dark crystal.
Yes, I don't know anything about that. Do you?
Watch the movie.
A shard of crystal. No, dark crystal. Nothing springs to mind, but I will think on it.
The only other thing I can think of was when we made a trip for supplies up to Caer Dinval. Seemed to be a shady group of individuals who have taken residence in the castle there. We're not very welcoming, that's for sure.
And again, he glances over at the tiefling. This time, it's a bit more perceptible. He just gives a low nod. Yes, we had heard that there was a group establishing themselves over there. Apparently, the speaker is unwell.
Yes, we offered to, as multiple of our party are trained in the healing arts, offered to provide some assistance, but they did not take. Very strange.
That is indeed curious.
Yes, when we tried to press the issue, became
They threatened us.
rather aggressive.
Becomes even more curious. Why would you not want to be healed? That makes no sense.
Well, if there's something inside the castle that they don't want people seeing.
That is possible, yes.
But as far as we could tell, there was no, minus the fact that the castle was now under different management, there was no adverse effects to the local townsfolk. Just everybody seemed on edge.
Well, other than them being ignored as well.
Yeah. But small town, there can only be so much government help.
Particularly if the only defensive structure in the area is being taken over by another party.
Mm-hmm. But quite a few of the buildings in the area were abandoned, but what I understand, that was like that before.
Yes, unfortunately, Caer Dineval has not had the most prosperous of times recently. They should have done a little more fishing. It's been good for us.
I don't think they have a body of water, unfortunately.
Perhaps they could try
Or they
raising.
do, but like, not like this.
Yeah, a little bit more dangerous than that.
Clearly our body of water is the greatest.
But it's seen many good years.
Yes, it has, and it's definitely done the towns on its shores very well. Certainly get no complaints from me. And as you've probably noticed, even in these trying times, we're trying to fight back against the winter, keep commerce and keep trade going.
Mm-hmm.
Noble
Yes,
pursuit.
we must.
How have the caravans been between here and Bryn Shander?
Few
Or
and far
trade, if
between.
you will.
Internal commerce and keeping ourselves afloat, we're doing okay for ourselves, I would like to say. But travel between towns, it's very difficult and few are willing to make the risk.
Yes.
I was just hoping that here would be a little bit more willing to travel, as it's a much shorter distance between here and Bryn Shander than it is from Bryn Shander to East Haven or Goodmead.
I would imagine that there probably is more traffic along the road between us.
But
It only gets worse
less
as
than
you
should.
leave the heart of Icewind.
Yeah. That's for sure.
That being said, any kind of travel in this kind of times is a dangerous endeavor.
Exactly, especially if you're off the Eastway.
As for the Eastway itself, we've been running our own rut through it last week. If you have any goods that need to go further east, just let us know and we can carry them along for a prize.
Of course. Such duties should always be adequately compensated. I have nothing at the moment, but if anything arises, I will, of course, make use of your services.
Excellent.
And for yourselves, you said that you were hunting a werebear. We did have numerous hunters in town 2 weeks ago on the pursuit of that. I'm a little surprised you're arriving now. A little bit late.
A little surprised to hear that there was already groups going out. We just heard about this.
I'm surprised.
They are
Well, we've been pretty busy.
there are many people upset because those that robbed Eastway, what is it called? No,
East
East
Haven.
Haven.
East Haven the other night could turn from small to large, so they suspect that they might be shape changers.
Oh my, shape changes. That able to change their visage and everything as well.
To some degree.
Very strange.
Again, 'tis just rumors, tavern talk. Haven't heard anything officially yet.
Well, there's always a
Well,
pinch
that's
of truth
wild.
to rumours.
It has riled up some folks.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. Well, I'll ensure that our guards are adequately prepared for such incursions. And
They
again,
would
he kind
likely
of
strike
glances
at
at the tiefling again.
Again, night seems to be the time to attack the towns.
Mm.
And that is always when the darkest of deeds are undertaken.
Mm.
So, this werebear of yours, how do you plan to undertake the hunt? I was curious about such things.
We're praising that ourselves, actually.
Well, just travel into the tundra until you find it.
Yep.
Well,
Well,
pretty simple.
yes. We did find ourselves a dog that seems to have been a part of a guide who was taking people to somewhere where they thought they were werebears, so
Olin ribs you.
maybe the
Like-
dog will help us out!
Which,
She says loudly at Vulwin.
why are you screaming?
Because you stabbed me!
Nerth just kind of smiles, bit of a smile to you.
That's
But
our
I
hope,
know.
anyway.
We'll
I'm
just
afraid-
see if the dog can take us there.
I'm afraid my own suggestions on this particular topic are a little light, but there are definitely rumours and hearsay of such creatures wandering the tundras. The only tidbit I have come across myself is they do tend to be skillful fishers, so perhaps checking by bodies of water. Perhaps not the major lakes, because they are too frequently inhabited by our own kind, but if you're able to stumble across a small pond or something out in the wilderness, that may well be an opportune encounter.
What small ponds haven't frozen yet?
Oh, they have
The
all
largest
frozen, but
lakes are.
there are always ways of drilling through, especially for the deeper
Yeah.
ones. This is all glacial territory. The ponds tend to be rather deeper than can be expected.
I see.
And with that, he kind of glances towards the tiefling. Tiefling nods. Fire. Yes, fire. That was the other thing I've heard. Creatures are terribly fearful of fire.
Thank you. Good to know.
Of course. Well, if
Zagrax, if only one of us would have been born a gold or a red dragon, we would be able to take them down.
I think I would much despise living up here if I was one of them.
There's the trade-off.
kind of looks between you two, I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere. Now,
Well, I think it's just matter of fact.
I don't want to impugn upon you too often. Of course, the luxuries, as they are, of the Luskan Arms are at your disposal. Please, you are here as my guests. We're always very willing to receive visitors, particularly when they bring tidings and news from the other of the 10 towns. I make this my home. I have rooms upstairs. Either speak to whatever that guy's name is, Scath, who can relay information, or of course Owen can make sure that I'm made aware of your presence here.
Scaff is the tiefling?
Yes.
No, Scath is the bartender. Another lovely name.
Scath
No,
is the tiefling.
it's
Owen's the bartender.
Owen's the bartender.
Oh, and
Oh, okay.
He's got a normal name. Everybody here has a normal name so far.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
the
it's pretty
people
good.
are normal.
Except for Nerth. Nerth isn't very normal.
North
but-
is pretty normal. It's fine.
North. I'm North.
And with that, he kind of drums on the table, stands up, and starts making his way around. And as he does, Scath also rises, his armor clanking a little bit, and then he shadows Nerth out.
They're a fun couple.
And they make their way upstairs.
Yep.
Interesting.
Huh. So
We're going to have to
apparently
keep our
we're
eye on
known.
him.
Yeah, I guess people know about us.
I don't think we're that well known.
I don't know if he knows.
It's interesting how quickly word traveled here.
Yeah. He's
Despite the lack of caravans.
Yes.
Yeah.
I assume we're going to be leaving the bar now, or the tavern now, before we continue talking weird smack about this guy we just
Oh,
met
yeah,
in his
yeah.
domain.
He's wandered off. No.
Well, he was quite helpful.
Yes,
Indeed.
he had a lot of helpful things to say.
Yeah. Yeah. We did draw any attention to the dog outside.
He certainly seemed genial enough. Yes. I'll stare right at Elora. Yes, the dog that we were keeping a secret as to.
Why is the dog a secret?
The dog isn't a secret. What the owner of the dog was guiding a group out to go do was.
But I didn't say where.
True.
Well,
However,
somebody
we
so
might have
inquisitive.
people tailing us now if they think we might have a lead.
No.
Well, that being said, with someone so inquisitive, one question leads to another.
Indeed.
Yeah, he seems
I'll
to
just
just
keep my hood up so they can't see my hair. And then they'll lose us.
Yes, you are rather bright against the snow.
Well, I'm sorry, Zagrax. It seems your team has already left.
I
Don't think they were ever here.
yeah. I know of no Dragonborn besides Irilyssa here that. So, whoever they are, I don't think I've met them before.
Well, maybe we'll catch them on the road.
Indeed.
And on the road is the big question. Mordred, could you put the map back up?
Yep. And I'm aware that we're running over a little bit. I just wanted to wait until we had a good stopping spot.
Yeah, that's okay. We good.
Now, the actual goal that we have of fixing these 10 towns, our hope lies up in that cabin to some degree.
Indeed.
So we could travel to the cabin and then head east across the snows from there. Or we could head through Bryn Shander across the east way and then north, which would be safer.
Yes.
Perhaps even getting that ore, which I heard confirmation still hasn't arrived.
Oh,
But it's also still not going anywhere. I think heading to Termalaine and then heading straight north, skirting the Lonely Wood until we reach the cabin might be the best goal. And then heading straight for Kelvin's Cairn and heading down to the southeast section from there might be a good goal.
Yeah, it's possible. Hey, Irilyssa. What happens if somebody else takes care of that werebear?
I don't know.
I think your god will probably just give you some new task.
Perhaps. I will say that I do feel something again, so she's forgiving, at least.
I mean, this isn't any simple werebear. This is the best and greatest of the werebears, rumored.
Mhm.
So,
True. But with all were creatures, they are under domain of the moon.
my concern is that none of us may feel anything taking on this task when we're all done.
I guess we'll have to see.
I guess you have to have more faith in your goddess.
And there probably is a decent place to stop.
Okay.
So we'll discuss between sessions what you want to do next, and we'll go from there.
That end line, you should probably have more faith in your goddess.
Yeah.
Done!
It's a good ending.
Fist fight!
Yeah.
Next episode, there's a fist fight between Tahko and
Yeah.
Irilyssa.
Uh-oh.
I know where his weak point is. It's his neck.
Yeah, you've been
Doesn't
taught how to
Irilyssa
use
have
that
a-
mace now. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Doesn't
Yeah,
Irilyssa have a
strength.
sneaky? Doesn't Irilyssa have a sneaky high strength value too?
She does.
Irilyssa skull bonker.
She's deceptively strong.
What's your modifier for it?
Plus
Plus
18.
2.
Oh, same here.
Yeah, she's a 14 strength.
Zagrax is the buff boy in the party. Yes. Plus 4.
It's like, jeez. What's
That's
your
quite a
wisdom
lot.
again?
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah, those random
hard-
rolls always get
It's hard to play a character like if you have high strength, low dex. It's you understand how that rolls. High dex, low strength. You know that. But like normal int, low wisdom, or high wisdom, low int, like it's hard to separate the thinky bits between the two of them.
kind
In
of.
my opinion.
high wisdom, low int. A lot of animals are that way because they just know how to survive, but they're not smart.
Yeah.
And then high intelligence, low wisdom is sort of like your nutty professor who, doesn't know how to live, but is very, very intelligent.
Yeah, the way I see
Yeah.
that is you're super smart, but you have no common sense.
Yeah. you
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you approach everything too analytically.
Yeah. You never learn how to tie your shoes, but
But you can build
You don't
something
have
that
to
will
tie your
for you.
shoes if they don't have ties.
yeah, there you
You
go.
don't have to tie
That-
your shoes if you don't wear shoes.
You invent
Also
Whoa,
true.
Next level.
Dude,
Just
that's a
invent
good question. Do Dragonborn wear shoes?
Out here,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. You just get really big shoes. You gotta compensate for the talents, right?
Yeah.
We wear shoes and we also wear little knee socks.
I have a question. Is there any information about it? How cold is it outside on a normal day here? Very. Think of like midwinter Norway.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the real life it's usually below 30 here.
Because it
Well,
has
30
degrees
very short
Fahrenheit.
seasons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a difference.
I think
Big
it's
difference.
like
Fahrenheit.
Big difference.
Yeah.
I wish it was mid 30s.
Was that negative
I
3
don't
Celsius
know.
or something?
30 is pretty hot. Yes.
I'm originally from Texas, so yeah.
Oh, that's
sounds about
true.
Right. I could walk around in 90-something degrees Fahrenheit.
2
Just
hours?
fine.
That was 3.
oh, it's not horrible. Norway's 21 to 37. That's like here.
I think the main thing about it is short summers. Like 8 months
Yeah,
of
short
winter and then
summers.
short summers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
no,
think it's very
don't
mild
get
winter
sunlight.
right now.
I hate
The southern areas of Norway only get 5 to 6 hours of sunlight a day. Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Doing better
Somewhere
than-
between 21 Fahrenheit and 37. Which is
2 hours. We went for 3 hours. 3 hours of
Yeah.
D&D.
Yeah.
Palatable.
Anybody who's in chat, if you got questions, we are in the Q&A section.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't actually explicitly say that, but yes, we are in the Q&A.
Yeah.
So if you want to ask anything, this is when I'm actually watching chat. So here's your
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
I heard there was some sadness about us not killing anything earlier for this session. So
The only thing to
We
kill
got
are
a dog
town,
now, so
I was gonna
one
say
of us has
townsfolk
a
and dog and instantaneous trips to the demonic lands.
Need you
True.
blood
Yeah,
every
so-
night? I guess if you're the patrons, we're the warlocks. We demand blood. We have to provide it, right?
Can I do a Latino accent? Not really. And even my regular accent game is not as strong as I would like it to be. Like half of these characters should have different accents. By the time it actually comes to doing it, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to remember this.
It's enough of a separation that it works.
Mm-hmm. I always think your accents are really good.
Yeah, it's better than anything I can do.
Yeah. Same.
I just wish it was more consistent. That's my thing.
Mm.
Like when you were talking to the Goliath and then the dwarf straight after, I was like, okay, I'm going from Scottish to Irish and then back again. Like that.
Yeah,
I
noticed someone
realized-
had mentioned something about that in the chat.
Which is funny because they mentioned it and I'm like, wait, he's been talking in different accents this whole time?
Your English accent is very believable.
Why, thank you.
Whoa,
howdy.
calm down now.
You hear that
I did
Texan
really like
accent?
the accent you had for the mayor of the one town you were running in the last game.
Oh yes, the Boris accent.
Yes.
I'm just going to be talking a little bit like this, a little bit of a stutter, and not really saying anything.
You definitely need to have one of these characters have a Texan accent. Just for Highwind.
Rude.
Praise Solus.
Praise Solus.
Praise Solus!
Ugh,
So
praise God. Now we've all said it.
I do really like that it's a sad day that Vulwin has not drank the holy water yet again.
Ah, yes.
For
I am
science, of
wary
course.
about that.
I forgot about it.
You know, I keep hearing voices from the Sirenscape,
me
and they
too.
kind of make me laugh sometimes. One time it was pistachios and dates. Get your pistachios and dates, and it caught me right off guard.
Well, I didn't figure pistachio and dates would be growing around here.
That's what I thought too. I was like, wait a minute, where's that going?
That's great.
We don't want to freeze our guide just because he's pissed off some kind of god.
Yeah.
What?
Sylvanas likes the rest of us, so you might as well just accept it.
I got no beef with Sylvanas. I don't know who Sylvanas is.
Sylvanas got beef with you.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know what's up with that.
Well, you're helping out a worshiper, Sylvanas, now. Because the dog's owner's husband worships him, at least. So.
That's true, yeah.
I did really love the take us to your owner. The guy's husband.
Right here.
Yeah, I need to keep remembering that you can actually talk to animals and they would understand you rather than not.
Yeah, I can't understand them, but due to the Furbolg trait, they can understand me.
Which you have never explained to anybody, so you're just like...
No, I mean... How often you just go around like, yeah, I can talk to animals and plants? Like,
I can talk to animals and plants. I tell everybody.
But to be fair, from the Virgo's
that's
perspective,
smart.
Vulwin probably expects that everyone can.
Possibly,
Just
yeah.
like how everybody can breathe through their nose.
Also, I mean, for all you know, he's just, talking, hoping that, these plants or dogs will understand him to begin with.
I mean, we can all talk to animals and plants. I talk to my dog all the time. I just don't expect it to understand anything.
Yeah.
Unless there's food involved.
Understand Snickerdoodle, however.
Snickerdoodle. If this was Snickerdoodle in this game, the dog would have gotten home because it chewed the sled apart in the night and then ran away and lost.
Let's hope it was a good dog.
Yeah. That is true. He did make a tree shake. So.
Well, it's a sapling that happens to wiggle around in the wind. I mean.
Yeah, that's exactly the deniability is there.
Right. I mean, whoop-de-doo. What wonderful
Why is this guy
talking?
Right, this guy's talking to animals, talking to trees. Yeah, right.
I vote for renaming the sapling Shakira.
She is shaking.
Yeah.
Sapkira.
Perfect.
Sapkira.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it could just be a weird quirk of Vulwin. Who knows?
Yep.
It's true.
None of us have asked you about it, so.
Yep. And a lot of it was pretty harmless. You just talk to an animal or you say something. It's like, you're just saying something.
I did have to wonder a lot, like, when I was explaining what was happening to Danica, and none of you were, like, saying, yeah, we're just not going to tell her. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what effect's that going to have? She'll just randomly be talking to someone in the pub and then get beaten up because she's gone crazy? Brilliant.
Now they'll just be like, did you skip a beat? You just stopped talking. She'd be like, what do you mean?
Except that's the thing, like, she didn't, because it could still be heard.
I mean, this whole session is like, we're going to have to fight a legendary werebear, and I'm looking at my character sheet, seeing the level 2 next to that.
Yep.
It's seeing the 19 hit points that I have, and I'm like, we're going to fight a legendary werebear? Is that what we're doing?
Well,
okay.
I don't know.
Fine.
I mean, if it's in the session,
Talk to them.
it's in the session. We did find a dog. We could be level 3. Was that the milestone? That wasn't the milestone? Okay.
Dang it.
We didn't rest. We can't be level 3.
Oh. Fair enough.
It's true.
As soon as you actually turn in a quest as opposed to just collecting them.
Where's the fun in that?
I mean, we're split between two people that are possibly surviving somewhere out in the tundra. Choices, timing.
I feel like if we just go and get that stupid sled and bring it in with the metal, it'll be like, boom, quest completed, level 3. And that's the easy one that we've passed like 6 times now. we should have done to like boom up a whole level and increase our power by another third. But no,
Yeah.
Let's go get that. Let's go get those dwarf supplies. Done.
Right.
Yeah, let's forget about the people who need help. We'll just go
Yeah.
get supplies.
But where are our priorities? We got that quest a
Yeah.
long time ago. Order of quest.
Material possessions are more important.
Hopefully,
Yep.
food delivery will be a quest completed, but we'll probably get there and it'll be like, "Oh, good thing you're here. I need the blah 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 of the thingy-madoo to do the thing, the good thing."
Yep.
Because that's how these things roll.
It's like every game ever where you're like, you want to go and you get some cool side quest stuff that you're like, this would be kind of, I kind of want to know about the story or do the side quest stuff. But then the main mission stuff's always like super like, oh, if you need to go save this guy now because he's in trouble now, and you're like, I know if I went and did side quests, it would just sit there and wait for me. But I just can't because he's in trouble now, so I need to save them now. And then you go through like the entire storyline without ever doing side quests.
Right? Without in video game RPGs, it makes sense that oh no, there's an urgency thing going on. You got to do this. And you just pull it off.
Yeah.
But in this kind of tabletop, it doesn't fly that way. So sometimes we are just, oh, whoops, we triggered this. Now we're, under a timetable to get it done.
Whoops, we've now got a dragon taking over a town. Ah, nuts.
And then we keep piling them on.
Yeah.
I remember when I first tried to play Dragonborn, Dova King,
Skyrim.
Skyrim. When I first fired up Skyrim and I moved around a bit, I'm like, which one of these quests should I pick up? Oh, there's these weird, floating gems. I'll take on this quest. Not a good idea.
No, it's not.
Never finished that one.
I don't think many people have.
It's my main quest, and I'm like, nope, never getting that done.
Yeah.
Never know when to pick it up either.
So there's a very curious question in chat from I think it's Riblets Gaming. I'm newer to the stream. How long have we all been playing D&D as a group?
Too long.
Wow, thanks, man.
No, let's see.
You guys a lot longer than me.
I'm not really good with time.
Yeah, me either.
Let's see.
It was that time that I was in Michigan and you did the one shot based on Starium. That was the first time, I think.
Oh yeah,
That was 5-6 years ago. I don't know.
Something
It's been
like
a long time.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. How many games have we got?
At least 4.
How many campaigns?
4 years. We had at least
2 Starium campaigns.
Yep.
Yeah.
and I was in the first one of those, I think.
Yeah, so it's been several years. Some of us longer. Some of us have known each other longer and RP together for a while longer.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
you were in
true.
the second one, actually, Zagrax. The first one was Chet.
Oh, then maybe I was the second one. I know I dropped out of that one at one point. I don't
And then
know how far that went.
You also ran Finn Delver, and
Mm-hmm.
So
That
yeah,
one
we
went
got
on
like
for a while.
5+ good years between all of us, right?
Yeah, I think it is 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
I feel old now, even though I'm the youngest one here. I feel old now.
Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, Zagrax, he's so old.
Seeing you together is so much fun. It cost you in a big TV and enjoy the stream.
Thank
Aw, thank you.
If we
That's
didn't have that
wonderful.
synergy, we wouldn't be playing. Well, I wouldn't be playing. So
Yeah.
you. That's fair.
I enjoy what everyone brings to the table. Everyone has their quirks. Some more
And
quirky
after-
than others.
Yeah. And after 6 years of D&D, I still don't know how to play it. Lol.
Just roll the dice. Just roll the dice.
I
Things
think we're
happen.
pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's lucky that 5e is very straightforward. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
A bit of an inside story. When we were doing characters, I said that I was going to play a cleric of the moon, and Mordred was like, "What? A character involving the moon for you?"
So shocking.
I think that's the first one you played, actually.
No.
I really hope that's sarcasm.
Oh yeah, that is
laying it
thick
on the thick right
sarcasm
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dry.
Oh,
Good job.
jeez.
This is also the first time I've played a tank character.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
It all checks out.
I mean, everyone has a type of character that they prefer playing, so I have no issue with that.
We need to have a campaign where the moon just disappears.
Oh my gosh.
That's this campaign.
That's
It's
the
gone
campaign
right now.
where
Can't
Jarard
see
will
it.
always roll ones.
Oh my gosh.
No, that was fantastic.
No, ever since my character from Human of Annihilation in your campaign trips,
Oh, yeah.
whenever I play a character that doesn't involve the moon, they
You're
just
cursed.
roll horribly.
You're cursed. It's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
We're not going to
Pretty
talk about
strong.
Sky Full of Stars. My Tabaxi paladin
That was.
did a lovely swan dive off of a cliff.
There's a lot of swan diving in that campaign.
There
yeah,
was.
they had a lot of clips to that campaign.
Yeah.
You're not
Is
wrong.
Mordred always the DM? No, sometimes we have other DMs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Highwind and Ethan have both DM'd for this group.
No, Highwind hasn't, not for me.
Oh,
Except for that one very first game, which was a one-off.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Did that Mario
That's true.
Kart one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
I'm not sure if that really
Play
counts as a
Mario
D&D game, but yes, that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was great.
D&D cart.
Mostly it's Mordred, though.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I've run games for this specific group. Two games, right? Symbaroum and Forbidden Lands.
Yeah, for all of my running that I've done, I've never run a module. I always come up with my own world, with my own scenarios and everything. But yeah, I don't. I'm kind of in between worlds at the moment. I'm trying to go up with a new one.
I would love to do my own homebrew stuff. I really enjoy creating worlds and doing all of that stuff. I just don't have time for it anymore.
Yeah,
Like, I do think that, thinking long term, I am going to start doing a world building stream where I will create a new world and then probably base a campaign in that in the future. But that's probably like 2 years off from now.
And
Because I want to have like that opportunity to build everything, then I can just do the quests and stuff in it once everything else is fleshed out.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's fair.
Yep. I did one world that had, I want to say 4 campaigns, all in the same world. No, 5.
Oh yeah.
One was just super short, but because the players just had other things going on, fell apart. But and I have another 2 theorized for it, but I don't think I'm going to follow through on it because that one's mostly a Pathfinder base, and if
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to go, if I'm going to go with, if I'm going to go with 5th edition, I'll probably make my own world for it. So
Mhm.
I need to dream a lot more stuff up before I can.
Yeah. Zach, have you GM'd before?
No.
Oh, guess who's next up?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been thinking about it, but my thing is it might help me with it, but I've never been the person to be able to quick on the feet think stuff. Right? I've always been able to solve problems, but I can't do it like give me like 5 minutes and it'll be fine, but 5 seconds it's like nope, absolute shutdown, can't do anything unless it's something I know really well.
Yeah.
And
Being
have
a
like
DM
full
makes you
confidence
good at
in.
that real fast, I think.
Well, yeah.
I think that's
The
actually
key
one of the
thing is
areas
confidence.
where I struggle a bit more in the modules versus the homebrew. In the homebrew, you have the freedom to just make stuff up.
Mhm.
It's
Just make a
true,
note
yeah.
of what you've said, and it's now canon. Whereas in the
Yep.
modules, are like, I don't know what's 500 pages later in the book. They might solve that at that point. So I
Yeah.
do struggle more with the on-the-fly things here, but I also keep really, really immaculate notes. And I
So the
plan
future's
out
already
pretty
written.
extensively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the challenge with modules.
It's actually easier than you think when you're the DM because you have all this information that the players don't. So what makes it look
Mhm.
like you're coming up with something on the fly might be something that you've already.
Yeah. And as long as you're with a good group who's not going to be like just full bore, I'm going to 360 no scope your campaign and go the complete other opposite direction that I want you to go, I think it'll be fine.
No,
And
it
it's-
doesn't matter if your players are with you; they will do it anyways. They won't know they're doing it, but they will do it.
Oh, I know.
They will do it, Highwind.
But it's
You
also
parents will-
perfect.
Yeah.
It's also perfectly reasonable to sit down with your player and say, look, guys, where are you planning on going next? I mean, I've done it.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
you.
I know. Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
into this, and like, I have about 10 different ways that you could go. Which towns are you going to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I have had those moments where a group's been like, "Hey, we're gonna go over here and we want to go do this thing." It's like, "Hey guys, I haven't even planned for that."
Oh, yeah.
This came up during
Oh,
the
I
day.
know.
It's like, I don't know why you guys would go there. I haven't even planned for that. So you can go there, but we got to play next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Sometimes it's okay to do.
Yeah.
But I'd be open to do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Next
need a
week,
lot
then.
of
Awesome. Done.
reading.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of reading would need to happen.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot of reading if you're doing like a module.
Well,
Even if you're not.
Yeah, just run a quick short story. Do like
Yeah.
3-4 sessions and
Yeah. You pick up the
Speaking-
little chunk ones.
speaking of
Oh, yeah,
reading,
like the-
like, I realised that I've been running NPC encounters completely wrong. I was watching a YouTube video about them and how you manage attitudes and then die rolls for what actually happens. I've been just making that stuff up on the fly, but there is apparently actually a system behind it where NPCs come in one of 3 categories. They're either hostile, indifferent, or friendly. And hostile to me always meant aggressive, like they're going to attack you. No, it's just that they don't want to see you succeed. But depending on how you roll with the persuasion, their relations with you can improve if they do the conversation well enough, or if you roll well on your persuasion, then they're more likely to help you. But even within that framework, if you have someone who's hostile to you and you roll a 20 in persuasion, that means they will help you if it means they don't take any risks. There's subtle differences there.
That's actually how I was with Icebreaker. Was I didn't want to fight Icebreaker. I just wanted to insult him a lot.
well, you were already on really bad terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not really. I've never met the person before. I just
You already had bad blood. Oh.
It's
Sky
just-
Tower. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Might
Well,
look
he's
at it.
from Sky Tower. His name was Icebreaker.
Yeah, no, I was trying to remember the name of the clan for the longest time.
I did have a bit of a giggle because this was completely by the module. Like the one running the hunt for the werebear it's absolutely an Akhenathi, and I was like, "Ooh, how's Tahko going to react to this?" Like before, I could see it. I saw your eagerness to do this change. Like at first, like, "Oh, werebear, this is going to be impossible to do." The hunt's being led by an Akhenathi, and I was like, "Okay, fine, it's a competition now."
You're right. Like, oh, okay.
I was so happy when I saw that. It's like, one of the lead hunters is this guy. All right, he is now definitely the lead hunter.
Joy. All right.
But he has got 2 weeks on you.
Yeah.
Actually, you wouldn't know that, but oh well.
Unless he's already dead.
Not yet.
Still got 2 weeks on us.
Yep.
To be dead. I think it is fun with this campaign that there's definitely barring the simple, like, hey, look, here's the big bad guy, but he's gonna get away because big bad guy things, like at the beginning of some games or campaigns and stuff, they're like, hey, look, you see him, and now you have to level up and fight him. Stuff in here's like, you can do that if you want to, but you're gonna get completely and utterly railed if you do.
Yeah.
This one started out with the weather sucks. Cool. What are you gonna do about it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Look up like
Gareth
yeah, it does.
Gareth is not the kind of DM that's going to go, are you sure you want to do that? No, he'll just let you do that and suffer the repercussions. He doesn't give you any hints.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that on high metagaming mercy. No, he'll just roll you right through with it.
Because half the
You
fun
want
of like the
to
character
fight
development,
what? You say?
like if you survive that, your characters have now been quite significantly scarred by the encounter, and that's going to matter for how you play the rest of it.
Oh, yeah.
If we survive.
If you survive.
I mean, you usually have us survive. Maybe. I mean, I don't think you've ever. Have you ever killed us off completely? But
You guys,
yeah,
no.
Fandelver.
Killed characters, but
Oh, completely no. Okay.
it was well deserved.
yeah,
Wait, who died?
Wayne.
Wayne. Yeah.
Saved him.
He tore up his character sheet and
Yeah,
had a
Ethan and I
mess.
both saved him.
Yeah, we saved him. We did it. The thing is, like, if the characters or the players have like a really ingenious way of saving somebody, that still fits narratively. Like I know as a GM myself, like I love that.
Yeah.
But sometimes characters can die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they just.
I'm not seeking it, but
Like Soul
Just
Stealer on the
happened.
very
The game's
first
fate.
session. God damn it.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
You didn't
I
die.
can't-
Owen saved
He
you.
didn't, but it was like one of those narrative save moments.
Mhm.
Because for all intents
Hey,
and
for
purposes,
which
he should
one?
have been dead.
For which
Sword
one?
Stealer
You know when he
with
was in the river.
First
Oh
attacking
no,
the
that
fish.
wasn't narrative save. You were good. You were fine actually.
Yeah.
Comes
That
to
was,
narrative
that was-
saves. In the last campaign, I'd injured myself just trying to collect water. I think I nearly died every single fight.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
unconscious.
You died just trying to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go into the forest to look for vines. Get lost, lose your mind.
You kept me busy, that's for sure.
I nearly, very, very nearly killed myself just casting a spell on somebody else, and it backfired onto me. It
Yeah,
was
you
not-
upcast that too.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, you are also a chicken.
And
oh, yeah,
also
I got turned
chicken.
into a chicken in that campaign. That was fun.
Good times that.
Man, that was. Woof. Woof.
Oh,
Or the beginning of
Oh,
Fandelver when we went into that cave and we're like bowled over by water, and then we're like, well, there's not like they have a second tidal wave to come kill us. Chop, chop, here comes the second tidal wave.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh,
That
we
really was.
should've
It's such a good opener. It's just like you got to be ready for this stuff. You're like, oh, they fired their shot. Let's just go in like headlong, no problem.
Yeah.
And you hear another crack, or you hear a rush of water again. Like, oh, really? Bam!
Like we're gonna come back
Next.
tomorrow now.
Dams.
Yeah. Yeah, they built the dam back up in that time. I don't know about that. No,
two dams.
it was the second one. Yeah. That's hilarious.
But yeah, we've nearly died several times together.
We've had a lot of great times together, is what I heard.
Same thing.
Lucky there was no fighting today, Tahko. Your rolls were really sharp. He rolled a nat
Oh,
20
I
on his
know.
first roll.
Yeah, and then it went downhill after that.
Yeah,
fine.
it was like -2 every roll, just down to like 6.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I rolled perception at one point. Oh, right there, full perception. I got a 10. I have a +5 to perception, so the extra roll's a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 solid.
It happened.
Ugh.
Yeah, next session's going to be interesting.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
You say that every time, but
I know.
Yep.
It always is.
Oh,
It
it
is.
is.
Sure.
You're right.
I had so many encounters and things ready for this one. I don't think you hit a single one.
Oh, well. Well,
Save them for
So
next
my
week.
prep's done. I can sleep now.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
good.
Yeah.
Joy.
Great.
Except for the Goliaths arriving at the beginning, but that was kind of hard to avoid.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. But it worked out.
I was like, please, for the love of God, don't make us fight 3 Goliaths, 2 halflings, a couple of dwarves, and 30 humans. Well, on the flip side, it's really, don't make us just run away from Goodmead while they ransack the place, is really what it boiled down to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the children were just there to distract Vulwin, so you were slaughtering them.
Gotta take head count.
These still count as one.
I will say you guys have been good for Goodmead. Goodmead's good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we definitely. I feel like we fixed all their problems. That
For
can
now.
And
Other than
maybe
the
if
snow part.
and maybe if the world stopped picking fights with us, this wouldn't end in bloodshed.
True.
Just
Yeah.
another 9 towns to go.
Yeah.
No, we have to.
I was thinking Elora's got to be sad that we're helping these 2 guys in Targos. There's no wife for her to kill.
Yeah.
I don't even know why she got wife slayer, because everybody who died was a dude, I'm pretty sure. And
No,
No.
no,
The
it was
Hershey lady came.
Oh, you got wife
Shot her
slayer
in the
from
back.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
As she was running away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you got it from all the people when we were
No.
fighting north.
Nope.
Okay.
No,
That
Elora
makes more
she
sense.
panicked and thought, oh, she's gonna come back and try to kill us later. So she just
Yeah,
went
okay.
off her.
I thought she ran away, but I forgot about that. Nope.
She
okay.
did, but
Well, she ran away. I thought she got away.
Sorry, didn't hear that.
Oh, she tried to run away, but Elora sniped her in the back.
Mhm.
Yep.
Um,
It happened.
Well, we only need 2 more people to get killer nicknames, and then we got to come up with a
Yeah. Then we have the party
name
name.
for the group.
I'm still waiting for
Yeah.
you to come up with a party name.
The Tundra Killers.
Zagrax and the Killers.
Yeah.
We'll form a band. Everyone will take a level of Bard.
I don't want it to be. I was like, I don't want it to be that just blatantly. Hey,
Level apart.
but something like Tundra Killers or something like. It's like, hey, we're going to fight the winter, but we happen to just slay like literally everybody who comes in.
Look, that's chat that's putting us in that box. Like for all of us, we're like, well, we did this because we had to.
Yeah,
Not going out
fine.
killing.
Yeah.
Baby killer's a stretch. Wife killer's not a stretch. That
No,
one,
it's
yeah.
not.
Mood killer is spot on.
That is actually my name. So yeah.
I know it's spot on.
I mean, infant killer is spot on too. Vulwin did kill an infant.
Is that thing an infant? Because that didn't look like an infant. It looked like a giant lizard that was trying to kill people. Just saying.
In terms of
Just
living
born.
outside of
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. It's a little spooky.
I'm just telling the story. You're putting a bit of a spin on it. Too much of a truthful, too much of a truthful spin on it for it to be a story. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Too bland, too straightforward. Can't be story. Not enough white lies and half truths.
So do you have any other questions for us? As this is now just descending into how much of a killer are we?
Yeah, really.
Very
Again.
important topics.
Zagrax the truth killer.
Yeah.
No, I think that is probably going to be it then. So thanks everyone for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed this. Are we on again next week?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes. I don't think there's anything.
Awesome. So same again next week, midnight GMT, 7 PM Eastern Standard. Look forward to seeing you for that, and we shall see the continuation of Icewind Dale. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.
Bye.